Hello everyone, and welcome to Shonen Chill. My name is Zenrotto, and with me is AsarathaHS.
They still got me on. I signed the contract again.
As you can see, I really went all out with the background here. I went to Photoshop and made a gradient, and then I went to bed the night before.
Oh boy. Oh boy. It's time.
How you doing, Zen? How's your week been?
It's been alright, you know. Got through work, vibing, hoping that nobody calls in asking us our opinion on the fucking watermelon hair girl from Demon Slayer, because I just got an angry comment about her like 2 minutes before we went live.
Did you?
Yeah. On 115.
Oh my god. Is it bad that I I remembered her name after a little bit. Do I get some credit at least?
Well, no, they didn't say that we forgot her. I didn't know her name. I had to Google it. When I got the angry comment, I had to Google the name because I was like, "Who the fuck are they yelling about right now?" It was the watermelon girl from Demon Slayer. They were very mad at us.
Why?
Very mad. Hang on, I'll read it.
Okay,
It says, "Bruh, come on, why are you talking about Mitsuri without reading the series? There is a reason that she looks that way. It's a core part of her character, and it's necessary to demonstrate the rigid, misogynistic societal standards of Japan and how she chooses to confront it. Don't be peddling her as not super bulky to give her a body for readers, because weaves would be hornier for muscular women anyway. By the way, she is an adult." I don't think we call her a kid.
No, we did not. We did not.
I don't think we ever said that she was like underage or anything. I don't know why you threw that in there, unless you're just saying like it's okay, I can be horny for her. I don't know. But I also don't think we were like, oh, her design is only for weaves to jack off. I thought we were like, I don't like it when they're designed that way.
I mean, all you did was bring it up as an example in response to Martial Master Asumi. That was really about it. Someone in chat asks, has Shonen and Chill gotten you guys to appreciate Shonen more? It's actually done the opposite for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's actually done the exact opposite.
It was the last nail in the coffin.
Somebody commented on one of my video today saying, stick to Shonen, and I was like, dude, I don't even like Shonen. Like, why would you say that?
Oh yeah, this dude comes and he says, hey, by the way, I'm uploading a controversial video, so there people will come into the chat for Shonen. I was like, okay, what's it gonna be about? It's gonna be like, oh, MHA is not good. No, you uploaded the fucking worst thing that we're gonna have like these Coomer nightmares coming into the chat here in a minute. Like, how dare you?
Hey man, that brings engagement up though. That's fire.
That's true. That's what we need. We need the Coomer engagement numbers at peak.
Exactly, man. It'll be alright though. I don't think most of them will come to the stream, and if they do, then it'll be funny.
It would be a little funny.
Has Zen read Hunter x Hunter? Have you?
I have read Hunter x Hunter, but I stopped reading it on the Kurapika playing Death Note on the boat thing that they're doing right now. I'm just gonna wait for this to finish and read it all at once because it's very boring.
Interesting. So you're gonna be waiting a while, unfortunately.
Yes, I will have passed away before it comes out.
So there's no like pressing news. I mean, we can talk about what we talked about shortly before, if you want to.
You mean about how Do Retry and Fabricate are very obviously ending within the next like 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're ending. It's over. It's very over. There's no salvaging anything here.
It's very. So Fabricate 100 has had a lot of moments of like, oh, it's getting axed and then it escapes it, and this feels like it could be another one. I mean, it's probably getting axed anyway, but like, Do Retry's thing feels like it's over for sure.
Well, okay. First of all, you're coping extremely hard, but I respect it because I know that you're Fabricate 100's strongest soldier.
I am. I am Fabricate 101.
To be fair, Fabricate 100 did not name its chapter The Last Fight.
Yeah, the final fight.
the final. I can't think of how over it must be when even the author's like, well, I gotta pack it in.
Yeah.
Your final fight. Which, okay, man.
Fabric can't make it to 100 chapters. What a fucked up thing to say to me, Bubba. Why would you say that? God damn it, man. That was messed up. Should I read Fabricate 100 despite the incoming acts? Yeah, it's still a good story.
Yeah, it's still good. It's plenty good.
It's just that the last few chapters
Just, you
will
know.
be kind of ass because it's ending, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that's the curse of the early ending is that all of a sudden you
Yeah.
have to rush everything at the last
Yeah.
like 2 seconds. No retry.
we got some we got some wise guys in chat today, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right. What is the first manga we got on our plate today, Zen?
Well, first we got to pick our top threes somehow
Oh,
because this
yeah.
was a week of all time
Yeah, this is a
in
really
the
good
magazine.
really good week to pick to do live Shonen shows when the week was
Yeah,
just
it's like the most boring fucking
yeah.
week. In the chat, who's my favorite Hunter x Hunter character? Killua. Killua is my favorite Hunter x Hunter character.
I've read 13 chapters of Hunter x Hunter, and that's fair.
Yeah, well, it's not going to change. No one's better than him. So
Okay, fair enough. MHA, we don't do that. Okay, look, this isn't my usual stream. We don't just get MHA out the way, alright? We have an order. Zenrotto has an order to this, okay?
Well, the Shonen Jump app has an order to it, and I just go follow that.
That's
But
the
yeah.
Zenrotto order, yes.
Yeah, that's the Zenrotto way. Oh Jesus, dude, top. I don't even know. Actually, I don't know. I guess Blue Box number 3, number 2, Undead Unluck number 1, Kill Blue. I think.
Number 3 for me is Kill Blue. Number 2 is probably Fabricate, and number 1 is Martial Master Asumi.
Okay. We're varied this week, so all right, I'm gonna have to remember all that because I'm gonna do what I did last week and
don't fuck it up.
Fuck it up. Speaking of fucking it up, the first one is Tenmaku Cinema.
Oh, so okay, doesn't even fit. Why is the fucking name so long? It doesn't fit on the screen. There we go. Okay. God damn it. Will you have a section where we all peer pressure Zenrotto into reading ReZero? Yeah, that's at the end though, so we'll get there. Don't worry about it. You have to watch the whole stream to get there, okay? Get the average view duration up. Anyway, Tenmaku, the chapter was very, very rushed. I remember you and I last week we were talking about how, oh sweet, there's a conflict now in the manga after like how many chapters again? I already forget.
19.
19 chapters. There's finally a conflict, and the conflict just sort of ended. I mean, it's still like kind of going, obviously, because the movie's about to release or whatever the fuck. It just sort of came to an end. She just like ran out the car and they filmed it. Now, I think it would be easy to call this a sign of an imminent axe. However, I think because Do Retry and Fabricate 100 are about to get shot in the back of the head, I wouldn't call this an axe moment. I would say that this is
I think
more...
it's just bad writing, I think is what it is. I don't think it's...
I would say that this is a moment of the author could know that they have like one volume left and they just like wanted to move on maybe. So it sucks.
Yeah. I feel like because it's from the Food Wars people too, they're going to get a little bit of a more like lenient rope when it comes to this. I don't know, but yeah, this chapter was really bad. I didn't like it at all. I hated almost everything about it. The chapter started with, oh man, there's conflict next week. And then she's just like, I refuse. I will not engage in this character arc at all, actually.
Yeah.
She just says no. I wish I was being like hyperbolic too. She literally just says no and doesn't engage with it at all.
It's not great. I mean, there's really no other way. Yeah, it just sucked.
It's bad. Yeah, bad out of 10. I don't know what you want me to say.
I remember awful. you and I were actually like looking forward to next week because last week had the conflict promise and then the character decided no and then we moved on. Pretty bad chapter. For some reason I am dropping frames in the stream. That's always good. Nobody's complaining about it though, so it can't be that bad.
Dropping frames on a stream of just talking.
Yeah. Nobody's complaining about it though, so it must be fine. Well,
are we moving on? Are we out of here? Are we stop talking about fucking Tenmaku? Oh, by the way, listen, everyone who's like, I can't believe Zen didn't know the name was Tenmaku Cinema because it's literally in the name. Listen. I thought that was the main kit. All right, I didn't know. Nobody's memorable in this series. Okay.
That's pretty brutal. I'm not gonna
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I mean, Tenmaku is like, he's like the one good character, man.
But he's not even a character anymore. He just shows up sometimes and is like, make a movie, and then he's gone again.
That's what ghosts do, bro. They just fucking show up.
They
He's
just show
actually
up and are like, "Hey,
now actually
make
if you
do this thing."
if you knew anything about Buddhism, you would know. I got nothing. Someone said that they don't expect you to remember anything after Undead Unluck.
You know what? That's fair. I completely respect that, actually.
Damn, that is brutal.
Listen, I don't know things. I read this stuff and I have an emotional reaction to it, and I'm like, this series is good, and then I stop engaging.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the rawness and swag method.
All right, what's after Tenmaku? Let's move on.
Okay. Next up is Ichinose Family's Deadly Sins.
Okay.
Okay, so the chapter was terrible, but the panel at the end of the little kid attacking the grown man is really funny.
Okay, I'm glad you also said it was terrible because I read the chapter and I was like, what the fuck did I just read? Like, what just happened? Like,
Well,
I understand
why
what
are
happened.
we like jumping around so much? You know, like we're on this thing and it's like, oh, the little kid sucks, and it's like, all right, I guess that's the plot now, is the little kid sucks.
Yeah.
And then we go to 2 chapters of them being like, I need to figure out, I need to save my family or whatever, and then now we're back on the little kid sucks, and it's it feels like they're just redid the little kid sucks plot line again because it was the exact same information.
So like, the only thing that really, I don't know, stood out to me this chapter that I thought was like any of interest, and I think the manga has already talked about this, so it's not even unique, is that like a lot of people do leverage blood relation to do a lot of toxic shit, and that's true.
That is true. Yes.
That's about all I got.
Yeah. Well, it's weird too because like I'm not even sure what the series is about anymore. And this is a series that was originally built on the concept of like constant mystery and weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like I know even less about what I'm looking at than I did when it made no sense at all.
I see this series pop up on like it's like my next up, and I'm like, all right, let's get it over with. Let's see what wacky cliffhanger we're gonna get now.
What wacky silliness are we gonna get out of the way of this little child beating the shit out of other kids?
Now he's beating the shit out of an adult, dude. Power scaling.
That's
the power scaling.
I really hope that next week just starts with him beating up this adult man.
I don't know, man. I didn't really feel anything. I read it, and then I was just like, huh? What? What's going on? And then actually, that was the last manga that I read today, so that was about it. I ended it off on a very sour note, and I was like, okay, let's go set up the stream now.
Well, you want to talk about ending on a sour note? Next up is Do Retry.
Oh my god, man. So...
it's so bad.
Can we just respect for a second here that the author gives just no fucks at all and just made his dad punch apart the ocean? Isn't that fucking awesome?
It's so like, how are we supposed to remember like literally 3 weeks ago when the biggest threat was just like a guy with a really big arm?
Yeah, they had a guy with
and
a really big arm.
Now he's fighting a dude that can
here's
the ocean.
Here's the power scale, okay? We started with a guy with a really big arm, and then we started with, then we went to a guy who dopes, and then they shot him to death, and then we have a guy who can part the ocean with a punch.
And then his like ultimate technique like dissolves shit on him, like it shatters everything's weakness to break your. I'm like, what the fuck is how are we here? This guy feels like he's from an entirely different series, like rolling up into this one.
I promise that the author just like is just doing shit now because he knows it's over. He's just like fucking around.
He's just like, fuck. I kind of respect that, though.
It's very funny.
Because at this point, it's like, I got nothing left. Let's just do it.
I saw the panel of him parting the ocean, and I was just like stun locked for a few seconds. I was like, he really had him do that. He really had him do that. Wow, that's crazy. Dude, maybe with enough training. Do you think with enough training, Coomhammer could punch apart the ocean too?
Apparently, maybe. You know what? Apparently, it's just a thing you can do. And you know what's funny is when he it stun locked me too for a little bit because I looked at it and he was like, "This'll do," and the guy's like, "We're not even close to shore," and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna have a moment where he like jumps really far," and they're like,
He
"Wow, look at
punched
how
it.
athletic he is," and then he punches the fucking ocean in half.
It was awesome, dude.
You gotta be out of your mind.
Someone in chat said boxing Moses is kind of raw. True, true.
Hey, he does just like slow walk.
Yeah. So,
Man, I don't fucking know.
someone also says, one of my main takeaways I have from watching S&C and never reading manga is that for some reason, stories that push a narrative are more likely to be canned and stories that tread water do well.
That is kind of true. I think because it's partially true. Because I think that the way that they go about axing a series is pretty shallow. Just about like, what do people just kind of like the initial vibe? And it's hard for the initial vibe of a series that tries to like establish an overarching narrative too early to really catch on. Because a lot of people just aren't interested, like they don't want to do the work, you know? That's why stuff like Nue, even for example, does so well, is because it's just like silly anime tropes with there's nothing really there other than like they're just trying to sell you on look at how cute and funny this is, and that's all you need to get established.
It's really starting to feel like that the Undead Unluck strat is like the meta for weekly.
Yeah, like that was like peak like 5-head technique. Was like make it a horrible Coomer awful thing until you're safe and then actually make it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is funny to think about now, because like you have New Ways Exorcist, like you said, appealing to that, and now that we're a little bit further into the manga, it feels like it's trying to do something now. You know what I mean?
Just slowly, yeah, try to move away. I mean, apparently they jumped the face writing in last week that I didn't catch, but it does feel like they're trying to actually do stuff now.
Yeah.
After a bunch of chapters that just felt like disconnected fan service.
Yeah. So
that might be the strat. That might be the future strat.
Do retry mangaka. I know you're watching this because we're Shonen show. Of course you are. That only makes sense. Next time you start a manga, make sure you have a big tittied woman chapter 1. Okay. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Just like sexual harassment for 8 or 9 chapters.
Yes.
And then you're golden. Yeah. Is it finally getting good in the chat? No, it isn't. It's trying.
It's finally getting like average, maybe.
It's finally getting like mediocre.
It's finally doing storytelling. But we'll get to that later. No spoilers.
Yeah. Anyway, this shit was stupid.
Has Do Retry done a title drop yet? Next chapter, trust. Okay.
What's he gonna say? Dad, I beat you, and he's like, I guess I could do retry on my life.
Oh my god. Dad, you too can do retry.
You too can do a retry.
And like, you just plagiarize like the My Hero panel with all my talking out of Deku. You too can do a retry, you know? Hit him with that.
Chapter 1 parallels, and we found out that the author is actually Horikoshi the whole time.
Dude, the MHA Act 1 parallels go so hard it goes into other manga too.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know, it's bad. It's definitely getting canceled.
Why are we talking about mid?
It might get to 20.
Why are we talking about mid? Because we're talking about Shonen Jump. That's why we're talking about mid. Come on. That's the whole podcast, bro.
You're not wrong. This is a rough week for the live show.
Yeah.
Alright, next is Nue's Exorcist.
Hot dog. I'm not gonna lie, this chapter wasn't dog shit.
It was fine. I'm a little sad that I was right, and they were just like, "Oh, hey, it's time for your anime boy power up that you just inexplicably have."
So like, okay, first of all, the color page was like exactly the prime evidence we need of like aiming at a particular target audience. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
And honestly, I do agree with you, but I also see the potential in like I liked that she was frustrated or disappointed with all the big game that he talked beforehand, and then he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Just for him to probably win anyway, so it doesn't matter. But you know what I mean.
He's gonna win, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm kind of getting tired of this device that they use where he's like, "Uh-oh, I said a thing, but I can't do the thing. I have to do better." Like, how many times it's like the 3rd or 4th time now that the lesson has been you're saying a thing, and then now you
Yeah.
have to do better about the thing. Like, and for the first couple times, it was kind of interesting, but this time is literally just like, I'm not strong enough. It's
Yeah.
just a really roundabout way to say I need to get more anime boy power.
I think it would have been more interesting if we didn't get the unnecessary repetitive like inner monologue from him, and it was just her reaction to his failure. I think that would have been more interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Although I will say I do like that her outfit is like hands choking her. I think that
yeah,
looks pretty cool.
yeah, it's cool.
Because she hates her life. I think that's a good bit of character design
Yeah,
in a series where I don't think the character design is very good. Other than that,
yeah,
I like that a little bit.
yeah. Shigaraki did it better though, so I mean it's whatever.
Well, that is true. That is true.
I mean, it was fine, I guess. It could have been worse.
Yeah, when it comes to Nue's Exorcist, I wasn't like immediately offended, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
I didn't come out of it thinking like, God damn it, I'm so sad that Fabricate's dead.
All right. We're just gonna
Man,
hop to the next
this is a
one.
rough week, bro.
It's a rough week, man. Next one is
Colin's got a carry this
Yozakura
week, bro.
Family.
Okay.
It was fine. It was kind of cute.
Honestly, I thought it was fine. Yeah, compared to, it's very clear to some people that I've disliked a lot of the chapters post time skip, but this one was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was cute because he's mind gaming the
Yeah.
small children because they're small children. And I was like, it's kind of funny. I really like any joke where they just draw them with like shitty MS Paint like lines, scribbles. I find those jokes funny.
Yeah,
It was fine.
It seems that Nanamo is the one that might have actually changed through the time skip, which is interesting.
Yeah, he might actually be different for a minute.
Yeah. I like how he played the kids. I like how he made himself the villain because he knew how to handle this because he was the youngest. I thought that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
At first I was gonna be a little disappointed because I thought that it was just gonna continue being like a gag at the start of the chapter of like them disagreeing on the name, and there was like the few first pages had like text box recaps as if I didn't read last week, which I mean, of course.
Yeah, which was weird, right? Because why in a weekly series, why didn't you like, hey, by the way, last week this
Yeah.
happened? I know that.
Because like it's weird because it doesn't usually do that, right?
No, it doesn't.
I don't know why it didn't this time.
And it wasn't phrased like narration either because it literally said last chapter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's also another weird thing.
It could have just been framed as Kyoichiro being like, are they really going to argue over the silly attack name or whatever? But why is it like a narrator?
I remember reading the specific words last chapter, and I was like, that is like a strangely meta way to refer to it. And I feel like it kind of takes you out of the chapter a little bit, because it's like, we are a manga. Last chapter, this happened. Instead of, I don't know. And I know that we also, or at least I do, criticize just like the way Shonen does the typical over explanation and like, oh my god, I can't believe, I mean, like the JJK fight for a while. But I think that's better than being meta about it personally.
Yeah, it's just a little bit weird is all. It wasn't like the worst thing ever, but it was a little weird. I like the joke too of them treating Kyoichiro like coldly, and it hurts him physically. I'm coming around to that joke.
They should
because when he's they probably should kill him. But when he's not being weird about it, it's just funny.
Yeah, I also like Nano's new design.
Yes, he looks good.
He looks really cool.
Yeah.
Solid chapter. It didn't piss me off, so that's fine.
It's so weird to me how Kyoichiro can be funny when he's not like sweating with a half chub every time he talks to the other characters. He's not like near orgasm speaking to a member of his own family. He's like kind of funny. And then they just won't abandon that part of his personality for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm so sad how often we talk about this. After we have to talk about this.
Well, it's because all that's happening.
I know. It really.
I do kind of like the little video game text boxes though.
Yeah.
Like the Pokemon text boxes. It's pretty good.
It does feel like the story hasn't moved much in a while.
It sure hasn't, but you know what? That's all right.
Yeah, we'll let it cook, right?
We're gonna be in this arc of like we have to reintroduce everyone one by one for a really long time. I feel like.
Yeah, but hey, I guess it's working. Haha. I guess The TOC placement has been real good.
I guess. I guess. All right. Next, we got Akane-banashi.
How did you feel about this chapter?
It was okay. I kind of liked because that they were going about this, and she was like, it's a competition. We gotta win." And then it was like, "Not really. Like, you gotta calm down. It's about the experience."
Yeah. So, I'm hoping that this chapter isn't representative of the whole of like Akane's future, in that she just like empties her head and forgets about the things that have happened to her. It's to like make her sad. You know what I mean? I hope she don't get. I hope Akane doesn't get deku'd, basically. And my main hope for that to be like a larger plot point was at the start of the chapter is the way that she hides like her sliced up fingers from cutting shit so fast, so like she hides her pain in like an actual explicit way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that is a continuation of the same thing, in that, people tell her like, oh yeah, just forget about it and enjoy yourself, and she's like, okay, and then maybe she'll try to apply that in the future, and then maybe like all of these bad experiences will keep stacking up. Hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm happier with the conclusion than I thought it was going to be, because I thought the conclusion was last week when it was literally just like, "Hey, don't be sad," and she's like, "All right," and like that's it. So I'm kind of glad that like she was still fighting with it, and then her friends kind of had to be like,
"Don't be sad again."
It's not always about winning, right?
Yeah,
there's more to it than just winning, which is a good lesson for her to take in at this point. I thought it was funny seeing her teacher engaging in the silliness. I thought that was nice. It kind of humanized him a little bit.
Yeah, my main hope is
it was fine.
My main hope is just that this is indicative of a broader character trait of Akane for the future, because I think that would be interesting.
I also think it's funny that every time there's a problem in this series, it is solved by making her do food service.
Man, it's tough out there.
Any time that she needs to learn anything, someone's like, "Hey, you should go be a waitress for like a week," and then she somehow learns the thing from doing that. So I'm wrong, but
yeah.
I still think it's funny.
It should be obligatory to work at least a few months in food service.
Yeah, food service or retail. Like, you have to suffer there for at least a little bit.
As someone who has done both, it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy.
I never did food service, but I did retail for like 3 or 4 years. It sucked.
I worked at a deli for 2 weeks during like a summer job in like high school ages, and I was like, damn, that was awful. And then I worked retail a couple years ago for like 4 months, and I was like, damn, that was awful. So I've been through the ringer at least. I have some experience. I know that it sucks, and it's very true. It's a very grounding experience to work those jobs.
To work these nightmare jobs.
But unfortunately, no manga has the balls to portray how it actually is. Have someone start yelling at you because you don't know like where the shampoo is because you just started working or something.
That really is what it is. It's pretty awful.
But... Yeah, I need this next chapter to have like Akane like mess up something very slightly, and for the person behind the counter just like start yelling at her for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, to make it more. Yeah, Akane portrays food service as way too like positive, because she always looks like a waitress, and I'm like, wow, you're great, I love you, you're so awesome. That's not how food service is.
I believe that we should have more accurate portrayals of food service in fiction. That's my campaign.
Yeah, a real chapter would be her bringing out the correct item, and the person deciding they don't want it anymore, and being like, "You fucking idiot! Why did you hand me this thing I ordered from you? Get the fuck out of my face!"
We need a manga all about like retail work, and the first chapter has to have someone be like, "Can you check the back for me?" And the protagonist just goes in the back and like fucks around on their phone for 5 minutes and then comes out.
We don't have it. It's not back there.
Yeah, that's what we need. Dude, we should make a manga together about retail.
The next big hit.
Yeah, just like someone getting mildly pissed off every day.
And then just at the very last page of every chapter for the first 10 chapters is just like a random upskirt shot for no context at all. It's not even an actual character. It's just like a drawing of a girl like bent over.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and we'll make it. We'll make it to 400 chapters.
I like it.
Chat said
Do
call it
retail.
do retail.
Do retail. Write this down. Write this down. This is a good one. I like that.
Oh my god, that's pretty funny.
Okay, what's next?
All right, next up is Sakamoto.
All right.
Kind of nothing happened.
Yeah.
It was almost entirely. It kind of felt like the same thing as before the. Well, okay, the shooter guy, that little bit
Yeah.
happened. That was
Yeah.
fine. But the bits with the deer man just kind of felt like the same thing that happened before he saved the daughter,
Mhm.
where they're just like, "Tell us," and he's like, "No," and like, "We're gonna kill you," and they're like, "Don't,"
He's like,
and then he tells them.
I mean, it was fine, I guess. This was one of those
It was fine.
chapters.
I'm looking forward to them stopping the bomb in the museum because that's probably gonna be pretty exciting.
Yeah, this was one of those chapters that was just okay. Things happened.
Yeah, it's clearly just a setup for what we're gonna get in the future, but I think what we're gonna get in the future is pretty cool.
I do
I'm
like
still
the
a
setup.
little irritated that there's like no even really like theorizing as to how Rion is in there. I don't know. I was really excited to like learn about that, and then they're like, "You ain't getting that yet." So
Yeah,
we'll have to see if it's good. But I think the museum is going to be a really cool set piece because they're like, "Oh, you know, it's the crazy museum, and it's like all these assassin things are going to be there." And Sakamoto goes crazy with like location based fighting. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Another big conflict in Shonen Jump that happens at Halloween. That's cool. It's the best holiday. So
oh yeah, it was like a straight up Sakamoto. We're gonna steal him on October 31st in the museum.
Yeah. That's cool though. I like Halloween. Halloween's badass.
Yeah, Halloween's is a good holiday. Halloween's the cool guy holiday.
Now, how does this fit into like the Buddhist themes of Sakamoto Days?
In this thread, I will explain how this guy not being able to shoot his gun ties into the overarching theme of Buddhism.
I would read it. I guess not. All right, what's next?
That's fine. Next is fucking My Hero.
All right, what's after that?
Man, I sure hate the panel where All Might is like, "Oh, thank goodness, I'm able to be of service to others," even though his whole arc was supposed to be about learning how he can be of service to others without having to be a super god. And he was like, "You know what? Fuck that arc. Actually, I'm gonna
actually, what did you expect him to do? Nothing, and just stand there?
Yeah. Yes.
No, that's silly.
Especially because what he's doing right now is essentially doing nothing and standing there.
What I am so fucking flabbergasted by the concept of doing damage accelerates rewind. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Well, it doesn't make any sense because it's exactly. I'm sure someone's gonna be like, "Ah, idiot," like or whatever, but it's exactly the opposite of the way it was presented to us in the overhaul arc.
It is.
It's literally completely inverse from the way that it was presented to us before. So it makes no sense at all. Because you'd think him taking damage would slow it down.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed
because
to
he
do.
would have to rewind the damage back to the point he was at before he could start rewinding again.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Which is why like I didn't initially understand the plan to like beat the shit out of him at Gunga because that didn't make any sense because he was just gonna rewind. And then it was like, no, actually he rewinds faster now. And I was just like, oh. It really feels like you didn't know what else to do, but okay.
Yeah, it seems like you wanted to rewind him because you thought it would be cool because you're like, oh my god, it's peak all for one. But then you're like, wait, how do we beat him then? Yeah. So you just made up a random, I don't know. God, I really hate that the suit of armor has all of their quirks in like in like armor mode. I really hate it.
Hercules, someone said Hercules' shield's depleted by 66%. There will be no second time, said the suit before All Might proceeded to survive a second and third direct attack.
Also, I like how people are like, oh, who was it that said, I think it might have been the leaker guy, who was like, the only reason this suit is even working at all is because All Might is so experienced. But the dude is like a skeleton. Like, yes. I feel like you could put this suit on like a functional human being and you would be better. I think it's really funny because they, you know, when All Might crashes into the rooftop and they're like, "Uh-oh, your your bone is broken and your respiratory
Yeah.
system is failing. And I was like, dude, that's just him normally, like
Yeah.
every day. That's not even battle damage. That's just his normal body now.
Bubba
So,
says,
like, what the...
yeah. Bubba says this chapter really just cements the idea that All Might's character wasn't what we thought it was, and that he just isn't that good. True, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because every time I say, like, wasn't this supposed to be his character arc? People are like, oh, you're just mad that All Might's not what you want. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm mad he's not good.
That's okay.
I want him to be good.
That's like
and
one of
he's
the
not
most.
good.
That's like what MHA fans say the most. Oh, you're just mad because it didn't go the way you wanted to. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, because I wanted it to be good, actually.
If you don't have expectations for things, like I don't know how you can judge if things are good or bad. Because like, obvious, like when you're reading a weekly series, I mean, because like you read the chapter and then you get all these ideas as you read these chapters, and then it goes against these ideas, and sometimes that can work, sometimes that could be intentional, but then like for example, an early example is All for One's bullshit about like passing on to the next generation and how Shigaraki, oh, this quirk doesn't suit Tomura, right? And then in Act 3 he's just like, actually I'm here now and I take over. Smile.
Yeah, I don't really get that either, because his whole thing was like, yeah, you know, it's bad for him because you got to learn how to use it, so I don't want it. But like, why wouldn't you want it for yourself? Because you're like, apparently your plan the whole time was just to... Dude, I fucking hate All for One. He's like my least favorite character in anything ever.
Also, just take his quirk anyway, so you don't have one of the most powerful quirks in the world out there. At this point,
right? Just take it and like shit it out. Whatever he does,
just give it to a Nomu,
like,
bro.
Get rid of it. Yeah, give it to a fucking Nomu that can't use it. Because then at least he doesn't have it. Like, he took Hawks' quirk, and he's like, wow, this quirk fucking sucks, but he still took it.
Another thing is that it also I feel like this entire instance just goes so wildly against Villain Hunt that it makes the arc worse than it already was. Because Villain Hunt, the entire thing was like, hey, don't kill yourself, idiot. And then All Might goes out there and he kills himself. Also, yeah, Bubba says the helping people what a joy line is the nail in the coffin for me. His arc was not about finding a purpose outside of One for All, and I accept it. It's a shame, but it's clear now. Yeah, true. Now I just don't know what his arc was about. I just help people, Forehead, I guess. No depth whatsoever anymore. All Might. Maybe solid D tier.
Which is really unfortunate, because he was like my favorite character for a long time.
He was
great,
man.
It turns out that actually he kind of sucked now.
Yeah, it's just like the series at the same time of All Might's power going away starts setting up all these other methods of heroism through like the culture festival and stuff like that. And then it fucking shoves it down your throat in the final arc. It's just like, look at how all of these students are helping without fighting. And it does that for like 8 million chapters in a row. And then it goes, actually, All Might has to die and like go kill himself fighting All for One, because that's what he does, right, Law?
It's just weird, like, looking at this chapter and having to like remember all of the prior shit that these characters said to one another. I mean, I guess like this does fit with like All Might's general character failing. But I don't know anyone who's going to look at a story and be like, oh, this character did not grow at all and then died from this character failing, is going to find that satisfying, right?
Yeah,
like,
well,
when your character arc ends with you didn't learn anything and then you fucking died, it's like, is that satisfying?
Like, it's just so, like, the whole reason that you don't kill All Might in Kamino is to do an arc about him finding a purpose in life beyond his power. That's like the whole, there is nothing else besides that, right? I can't see anything else.
Well, yeah, because, and even then, they like, he had that little conversation with All for One where he's like, yeah, I don't have power anymore, but I'm still here to like, to do this, and that. And you've got Deku saying like, even though you can't fight anymore, like you being there still like is important to me. It still helps me. And then he's like, yeah, listen, kid, that's fucking rad for you, but you know what helps me? Being Iron Man. Yeah. And dying on a rooftop.
Also, if he wants to help people, he should have given parts of the suit to other people. Like, holy shit, man.
If he wanted to help people, he should have just fucking been like, hey, I have an Iron Man suit. When they were strategizing.
I think we talked about this last week, but like he should have just been there and bodied All for One with Endeavor. Holy fuck, he would have killed him.
Yeah, the argument I've seen a bunch of people make is like, actually, this was the only time it would have been useful because the suit, which is a complete lie, Because like he has a fucking vat of acid on the suit that he injected into All Might's stomach. Hey, you know what would have been rad? Injecting it into All Might or into a All for One's stomach while he was still getting prominence burnt.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no argument for it. I think people are just coping, of course, as they do. But he should have been there with Endeavor. They would have fucking destroyed All for One. He would have had no time to rewind. Because again, I reiterate this for like the 30,000th fucking time. All for One versus Endeavor was All for One at his weakest within the story ever. Like in the history of everything in the universe, that was his weakest. So you have Endeavor, who is actually fucking giving him the smoke, and then you have All Might show up and start like, I don't know, apparently taking on Prime All for One. Yeah, I feel like you kill him.
Yeah, well, and it's weird too because you have this stupid Iron Man suit, and you already have to stretch belief a little bit to be like, why aren't governments making Iron Man suits if you can just do that? Because you can kind of give it like the Tony Stark principle of like it's just one guy who's good enough to make the Iron Man suit, I guess, in the whole world. Fine, whatever. But like, this suit is like a car that's like goes onto his body, right? It's like the Batmobile, but +1. So again, why couldn't he have just been like, hey, hey Bakugo, you're really fast, right? Why don't you take these parts of this armor so that when you're getting your shit fucking pushed in by Shigaraki,
Yeah, now he's dead.
You have some way out.
Now Bakugo's dead.
Bakugo's fucking dead on the ground, and All for One and All Might's over here like, fuck yeah, I can fight for 10 minutes again. This is sick.
Someone says I've also seen the insane justification that this AFO is somehow weaker. That's just objectively false. Like the text.
That's crazy. That's an insane thing to think.
The text literally states the opposite. Bubba says All Might is holding his own against stronger than Prime AFO. They would have fucked AFO's peanut head up. True.
Very true.
Also, you know what's really funny, Zen, and I think I've pointed this out to you before, is that All for One has a quirk that shuts off electrical equipment.
Yeah, he had the EMP thing that he did inside of Tartarus when he's apparently like wasn't supposed to be able to use quirks to begin with.
Yeah, so I believe what happened was that Shigaraki hit it with an EMP from the outside, and the systems go down for like a second.
And then he hits it with one from the inside to keep them down? Is that
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
And
you know, I saw the argument that someone made, and they were like, "Oh, well, Shigaraki has it right now, so that means All for One doesn't." But we know they can multiply. They
both have rivet stab, don't they? The little spiky boys.
Yeah. Well, also he lost regen to Stars and Stripes, and they're like, "Oh, he just got another copy of it from one of the Nomu." So they can just. Why would they not duplicate the EMP thing?
Yeah, I've seen some
because
people,
it would invalidate the Iron Man suit. Like that's the only reason.
I've seen some people cope that they lost it during the Stars and Stripes fight, which until is proven is just cope.
That's complete cope, and two, supposedly that happened to Regen 2, and he just got another one. So that's not a good answer anyway. Because why would you not have multiple copies of the fucking quirk that shuts down all of the fucking EMP powers, or like all of the electrical power everywhere?
Ocean has said mom said it's my turn on the EMP quirk. Zenrotto just reminded me of how little the whole literally duplicating quirks thing mattered to anyone. Yeah, no one really gave a shit, huh?
Well, I feel like the only reason that tech even existed to begin with was so that they could justify having AFO and Shigaraki having the same abilities. Which also feels stupid, because if you wanted to bring AFO back, you could have at least made it like, I have to gamble with this because I have to weaken myself so that I can give Shigaraki the good stuff, right? Like, I have to give him the good quirks, and then I can only, like, kind of deal with having, like, shitty ones to keep myself alive or whatever. But no, they can just all have all of them at the same time.
Chat is also pointing out that SNS would have removed the quirk from Shigaraki, not AFO, because AFO wasn't there, which is true. So that only leaves the last bit of cope that Rewind got rid of the quirk. However, we learned a little bit ago that for some reason All for One stored quirks exist outside of his body, and they don't get rewound, so he definitely has the EMP quirk. Hori just forgore.
He just forgot about it. Like, that's it, is he just forgot about it. Which is fine, I guess. People forget about shit. Like, I'm not saying that he can't, but boy, it really sucks that you're forgetting about shit in really dumb ways in, like, the worst arc.
Someone is asking, do you talk about CSM like in the past episodes? We will when I read it. I have to catch up on part 2.
It's this guy's fault. Don't blame me.
Blame him, actually.
It's on the way. CSM is on the way, I promise.
But yeah, there is no way to cope about the the EMP thing. Like he should just have it.
Yeah, he should just have it. Like, there are so many things in this that feel really obvious, like obviously stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's funny because you see all the think pieces on Twitter that are like, oh, actually, this, and that.
Yeah.
And they're like 37 tweets long with weird interpretations of screenshots and
Mm-hmm.
shit in there. And like, dude, if you have to make a 30 tweet long thread to try to justify why this really obviously dumb shit that everyone looks at and is like, that's dumb, is actually okay, like you've lost already, right? It's already over. It's done.
Mm-hmm. Whose EMP quirk did he take? I mean, he just had it. We don't know who he took it from. He just has it. He's had it for a while. He had it
Like,
at
oh,
least
I
like the
remember,
other
I
one.
remember on Twitter, one guy was like, he doesn't know Bakugo's dead. And I was like, but does that matter? Really? Like, in the grand scheme of things, does that actually matter?
I mean,
Because he still let Bakugo go out there without knowing that he had a fucking All Might suit that he could have used. Uraraka's like, everyone's like, oh, the only reason that this bad stuff is happening to them is because the villains messed up their plan. But it's like, who goes into a fucking war and is like, this is going to go exactly the way that we plan and not any
also,
differently at all, and
wasn't
I
it
don't need to tell him about my All Might suit or my Iron Man suit.
wasn't it publicly spoken about in the fight that um that Deku got pulled away from the Shigaraki fight?
Yes,
I
like
feel
they said it on the, they said it with the, wasn't it the fucking cat woman who can
Mandalay.
telepathically talk to people? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that they said it like like everyone knew that he wasn't there.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this is just me. I guess maybe some people disagree. If I were All Might, I'd be like, damn, Bakugo's fucking dead. Everyone's dead there. Like everyone's fucking dead. Like it's over.
Yeah, well, because the whole, yeah, like, that whole space, like, what were they supposed to do? And then
Yeah.
Best Genius is like, we just have to not die until Deku gets back, and that's, I guess, the plan. Which, why were they there to begin with? If because now that Deku's back, this is we're really getting off topic of All Might. Because what
Yeah.
else is there to say? But now that Deku's back, he's just fighting Shiggy 1-on-1, and no one is helping. So why were they even there?
Yeah.
Like, what good are they?
I also, yeah, I guess just support. I don't know. What I do find funny about the Deku and Shigaraki fight is that for like 20 chapters, it has just been like them staring at each other, and then it's like Hori will drop like, "Oh look, the fight's coming. Let's go back up. I don't know. Let's go to Aoyama or some shit now. Oh, but look, the fight's coming."
And then like, oh, the vestige of him in One for All knows that he's fighting, and so now Deku's like, oh my god, All Might is fighting.
Mhm.
Was I supposed to like clap during that? Was I supposed to be like, look at this, look at them, look at us, like they're together? But was I supposed to be like, wow, this is awesome, actually? Dude, this is so fucking stupid. And the whole plan of it being like, oh, actually, All Might is saving everyone because All for One is going to chase him down instead. How stupid do you have to make your main villain that he is going to give up on the only thing he's been trying to do for like 60 years because
Yeah.
you were mean to him for like 10 minutes?
Oh, this final arc is so ass, man. It's so fucking terrible.
I feel like you could have just made this final arc like Deku fighting Shigaraki and it would have been better than this. Like,
Yeah.
has anyone's plotline other than Toga's concluded in even a remotely like decent way?
The jury is still out on Toga because we don't actually know if that's over.
Yeah, but even if she's actually dead, I would classify that as at least like decent. It could be worse.
It could be worse. I would
it
still
could be
call
worse.
it bad. Toto Fam was okay. I'm assuming that
Yeah,
most of that. I
well, okay,
assume
the Todoroki thing at the end was like, wasn't the whole. This is me. I'm getting nitpicky, but wasn't the whole thing that's like the mom's ice power on its own isn't very strong? So how is she like icing herself through a supernova while
she's
Davi's blowing himself up? And like, I don't know. I just feel like that Dabi being reduced to a charred skeleton and them still being like, we can still be a family is insane to me. Like,
I'm assuming that most of the actual like meat of the Toto Fam ending, and maybe even the Toga ending at this rate, will be just shoved into like an epilogue.
an epilogue, yeah. Well, all I'm saying is if Toga dies and Dabi does not, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah.
Dabi is a fucking skeleton right now, and Uraraka's just bleeding out from a stab wound.
We gotta bet on Bubba that next chapter will be Hawks saving both Toga and Ochako. Hawks.
No, we're never going back to Toga. We're never going back there. The next chapter is gonna be more of this stupid bullshit, and then we're gonna see a thing that looks like All might die, and then we're gonna view switch to Deku and Shigaraki for like 4 pages, and then we're gonna go over to the tape guy.
Let's go to Aoyama. Let's go to Aoyama. Let's go.
We're not even gonna know because Aoyama is at least vaguely interesting, sort of. We're gonna go to like the tape kid. It's gonna be him taping things, and then he's gonna be like, I used to think that my tape wasn't very good, but then I met my friends, and now I believe that I can tape well. And he's gonna like stop a building from falling over with his fucking tape or something stupid. I don't know. Fuck this.
It's gonna be peak, bro. You don't know how the taping up the building plays into the Buddhist themes of Sero's character.
It's gonna go to the fuck. It's gonna be the tape guy, and it's gonna be the guy who eats the candy and gets stronger.
Sato, that's his name.
Sure, whatever. I don't know. The guy who, for somehow, his ability is in All Might's armor, even though it's just like kick hard. They named it after him. And they're just gonna be like, man, I always thought our quirks were bad, but now we're here, and our quirks are actually good because I eat this candy for others. And then and everyone's gonna be like, what a great chapter. The leaks are gonna drop, and the last panel is gonna be the candy guy like eating a jawbreaker and being
no.
I'm doing this for you.
Sato will pull out like a fucking cake mid-fight, and it'll have a couple of flashback panels to like the class making it together, and it'll be like, I'm doing this with the power of friendship and for all my friends.
Yeah, and then, the leak's gonna come out, and then all the comments on it are gonna be like slow clap gifs, like Horikoshi masterclass.
I can't
what
believe
a fucking genius.
Horikoshi's ability to make a character A tier after one chapter is crazy.
I've never seen an author this good, and it's gonna be him pulling out like not even a cake. It's gonna be like some little fucked up cupcake with like a smiley face on it, and they're gonna be like, because he's really good at baking, right? But it's gonna be everyone else made it for him. So he's gonna be like, even though it was bad because they suck at baking, it's the best cake I've ever eaten because my friends made it. And then he's gonna punch like, I don't know, someone with a very legitimate gripe with society, but they were not nice enough about it, so they're gonna get punched.
Some dude's gonna drop like a Marxist dissertation on Sato, and he's gonna be like, "But this cake was made by my friends. That's something you don't have." And he's gonna punch him.
You know what I hope happens? I hope All For One kills All Might right here, and he's like, I have just enough left in me to make it to Shigaraki. I have managed to avoid enough damage to not like fade away, and then he gets blasted by the cop with a doohickey, like Shinzo Abe, and he fucking fades away.
Honestly though, that'd be kind of hard.
he gets blasted by he gets doohickey like Shinzo Abe, and that's what makes him fade away into like the All For One fetus or something.
If he gets hit with a thingamajig, dude, I don't know, it might be top 3.
It would be amazing. If he gets thingamajigged, I will completely turn around on this art.
10 out of 10 orc. You know how we were talking about earlier how like authors stop giving a shit when like it's almost over, like how Do Retry had that guy part the sea. That's what'll happen, and that's why it would be a good chapter. Is Horikoshi's just like done with it.
Yeah, he's so over it.
Alright, what's next? We talked about Mashle for long enough. What's next?
Alright, next up is Jujutsu Kaisen.
What'd you think?
It was fine. Again, the fight's better now than it was before when they were just spamming domain expansion, and then we had to get 5 chapters of like, actually, this is why it's a little bit different that they're doing domain expansion this time. The fight's fine. I kind of liked the little bit where everyone was like, oh my god, I like when Gojo gets hyped by the narrator, when they're like, the first time anyone's ever thought he could lose is happening right now.
Yeah.
The Sukuna throwing the fire extinguisher and the SpongeBob meme that they made of that is one of the funniest things I've seen all fucking year. That shit's so funny to me. I don't really know why Sukuna is shooting water like piercing blood. I don't really get it, but whatever. I don't care. Why does the second Shikigami have boobies? That's a question I need answered immediately. But ultimately, it's fine.
Yeah, it was fine. This might sound silly, but the more the deck gets stacked against Gojo, the more I feel like he's just gonna win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it feels like they're pushing hard now for it to be like, how was he gonna win? And then he's
Yeah.
gonna do some crazy shit.
But this chapter went really hard on it. He's like, oh my god, I can actually lose, and then it became a 3v1. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Someone should.
I saw some theories that were like, he's gonna live, but he's gonna not recover the ability to like he's not gonna heal right because of his fucked up brain. So he won't be as strong as he was. Like this will be his last ability to like fight, but he'll still live. And then I'd be like, damn, that's exactly like All Might. So I hope that's not what happens.
I think someone should go through post hidden inventory and stuff, and find every single time that Gege has flashback to Toji and compile it into like one thread.
I can't even, dude. That would be like a 500 tweet long thread. Toji shows up anytime anyone needs to do anything relating to Gojo in a fight, or like just not having a curse energy at all. We have to get a Toji like drop immediately. That dude fucking at this point he should have just brought him back.
It's gotten
like,
to the point where like every time I see the Toji panel, I'm just like, okay, here we go. Like,
and it's so funny too because everyone's like, "Oh my god, we got a Toji panel!" I'm like, "How are you excited about that?"
You're gonna get one
3 weeks.
You're gonna get one every fucking volume, man. Chill.
Yeah, dude, chill. It's not, whatever, man. Like it's not exciting anymore. When he brought Toji back in Shibuya, he should have just kept him alive because at this point, he's fucking everywhere.
I mean, it was kind of hard when he shot himself in the head, though.
Well, like, he stabbed himself with the stick.
That's
the brain.
Hard. That's even harder, actually.
And it was kind of hard. But like, dog, why? Like, why do we need a Toji reference? When was the last time Gojo thought he could have lost? I know when that was. I was there for that.
Toji. Oh my god. Toji getting more screen time than Nobara.
I think it would be really funny if. So, you know, there was an interview a long time ago where Gay was like, I haven't decided if I'm going to kill one member of the group or if I'm going to kill everyone but one member, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be really funny if Yuji dies, Megumi dies, Gojo dies right here, and then the epilogue is like an old Nobara with an eye patch visiting their grave.
Oh my god, shut up, dude. So dumb.
Would fucking kill me, dude.
Oh, that's awful.
It would be so funny if we don't see Nobara at all, and then in the epilogue, she's the only survivor.
The chapter was fine, I guess. It was just the fighting was
fine.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just kind of getting tired of the fight. The fight's been really long, and it's been better now that they're like fighting, like they're doing stuff. There's actual like stuff happening. But I'm just kind of getting a little tired of it. It's kind of this constant tug of war between like, is Gojo gonna lose? No, like over and over again, you know.
Yeah.
There's only so many times you can end with a cliffhanger of what's Gojo gonna do before I just kind of start tuning it out.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, I get what you mean. It's probably gonna end up dragging. It'll probably get there soon, actually.
I hope that it's done within the next like couple of chapters. It probably won't be, but I hope that it is.
Someone says in chat, I think it's the longest fight now, longer than Mahito versus Yuji and Todo.
How long? I didn't even think Mahito fight was that long. Maybe it was just because it was fucking peak, and that's why I didn't think it was that long, because it was incredible.
Okay, no, apparently.
Oh, that fight was 15 chapters and we're at 13. Okay.
Yeah, this fight.
Well, this fight feels a lot more like banging action figures against each other than that one did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, which is why that one's a better fight.
Yeah, because Yuji and Todo versus Maito was like
that was a great
probably
fight.
my favorite fight in the series. And this fight is just kind of like I can do whatever I want. Nah, I can. And like Gojo and Sukuna don't really have like any character between them at all. Like it's just an argument about like who gets to be the number one guy, which is fine for a little bit, but I've lost interest.
Someone asked where's Todo? He retired, bro. It's time to move on.
Dude cut his hand off and said, "I quit."
It's time to move on. I'm sorry, I liked him too, but it's time. We have to accept that.
Yeah, which Hakari has his arm back, right?
Yeah. We have
so
to
why
accept
couldn't they just regrow Todo's hand?
Todo went to the great farm in the sky with Nobara. It's fine.
Yeah, Todo and Nobara are both going to show up in the epilogue. Todo's still not going to have his hand back for no reason.
Yeah, he's EP. He is EP.
Yeah. They're tired, EP. Yeah, they're
They-
having
they-
pizza right now.
He has like 7 missed calls on his phone from like all the sorcerers. He's like sleeping right now. He's sleeping through the fight.
Where are you, bro?
They're like, dude, we're commentating the fight. You should be here.
I also, dude, we got a comment on last week's episode where I was like, hey, you know how we kept saying, why aren't they like jumping in and helping
Yeah.
Gojo at this point? And then they were like, it says in the series right there that they're waiting for Gojo to lose because that's the only chance they'll have to beat Sukuna. I was like, why would you wait for that?
I don't.
Sukuna's already significantly weakened, right? So why would you wait for Gojo to lose first to rush out there?
Can anyone in chat explain that? Because that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Why would you? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
Yeah, the explanation that we got, I don't want to go look for it because it'll make me move away from the chat. But the explanation the guy gave was like they're watching the fight because they know that their best chance to beat Sukuna ever, if Gojo can't do it, is when Gojo loses because Sukuna will be at his weakest. Which, okay, but he also can't use a domain. So why wouldn't you just go out there right
Yeah,
now?
I feel like
Yuta should just walk out there right now and say domain expansion and then kill him.
I feel
right?
like
Like,
once the
that should be it.
domains went out, that was it.
Yes. Gojo fights better alone, and he can't use Limitless Void because if he uses Limitless Void when other people are there, they'll get hit too. But he can't do it
Brain
anymore.
damage.
Yeah, they both have CTE. They played football for too long. They can't use their powers anymore.
Mhm.
So at this point, why would you not, right?
Also, yeah,
Like-
it's 3-on-1. Send in Yuta and Hikari and just like wrap this shit up.
Yeah, like even just removing Maharaga from the equation for like 10 minutes
Mhm.
would be fine, right? Like Gojo's handing Sukuna his asshole right now.
Yeah.
So just removing Sukuna's win button from the table is fine. Like that's all you need to do. Just have Rika pick Maharaga up and throw him like a
Yeah,
football.
you don't even need Yuta's domain expansion. Yuta is just
Yeah.
that guy anyway.
Yeah, just have Rika walk in and grab Maharaga like a kitten, like scruff him like a cat, and just throw him. And then be like, okay, shoot Sukuna in the face with a hollow purple, and then it's over.
Mhm. The only explanation is that they would be collateral damage to Gojo since he would have to worry about them getting hit in the crossfire. I would agree with that at the start of the fight, but since he has
Start of
great-
the fight,
yeah.
exactly. When they were at peak capacity, I totally agree. But at this point, they're both scraping the bottom of the barrel, like the bottom of the barrel, to the point that Gojo can't even really heal that well anymore.
Yeah,
So,
they
like,
should
they
have been
should
on the
just kill
sidelines
him
ready
now.
to fucking jump this guy like the whole time.
Yeah. Also, if these fucking translations keep using the word inviolability instead of just limitless, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Stop that.
I keep seeing that in the chapters, and I'm like,
It's
are we just calling
technically
it
a
that now?
correct word. Well, inviolability just means you can't get hit, basically.
yeah.
Like, you can't be violated is what it means. So, like, I get it, but also, shut the fuck up. Like, it's such an awkward and clumsy word,
Mhm.
and they used it like 4 times in this chapter. Nobody would talk that way, right? It's
Mhm.
one of those words that's so clunky that it's not believable that people are just using it constantly in casual conversation. Like, dude, just have him say limitless. We know what you're talking about.
That's what it's been called before. That's what it's been called the whole time, right?
Yeah, they literally have never called it this before. So just why would you call it? Why are JJK translators so cursed? Shut the fuck up.
Doesn't yeah? JJK has a very interesting history with translators, doesn't it?
Yeah, when the one translator quit and they're like, we're calling it Juryoku now,
Yeah.
and then they
yeah.
changed their minds. Yeah.
Wasn't I might be mixing this up with another series? Didn't JJK have a translator that was basically just using Google Translate and shit?
That wouldn't surprise me.
And
It would
then
make perfect sense to me.
I know that it had another translator that got arrested for possession of child pornography as well.
Yes, I remember that one,
Yeah.
which, you know, industry
Insane,
standard,
dude.
really. Yeah.
Yeah, chapter was fine though. No.
Yeah, it was alright. It was alright. Yeah, it was fine. Like,
yeah.
I'm just kind of getting tired is all. That's it. Like, it's not bad. I feel like I'm complaining about it more than it deserves.
It
It's
could
not,
be
like,
way. It
bad.
could be way worse. It could be way worse.
It could be way worse. I just feel like it could be better
It
too,
could
and
be
I'm kind of
My
tired
Hero
of
Academia.
it. Oh my god. In the chat, Kashimo's gonna pull a Cell Games, and he's gonna let Sukuna heal so they can fight it there. He's gonna give Sukuna a senzu bean.
Oh my god. No way.
I would actually laugh my ass off if they tried to jump Sukuna, like we're saying, and Kashimo was like, I'm gonna fight you so that you can't. Like Vegeta did to Trunks.
Ocean Man says he was a fugitive in Japan for planting cameras in a primary school bathroom. He only wore sunglasses in all pictures and streams to hide his face. What the fuck?
That's fucking crazy. He was a fugitive.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
Was he still working on the series at that point? Was Viz like, hey, you can't show your face on camera? That's weird. You're wanted by the Japanese FBI? That's weird. Anyway, you have the translations for this week?
You did not pass the background check, but nobody was accepting such low pay, so we're gonna take you.
Jesus Christ, dude.
He got caught years before he got hired by Viz, apparently. Wow.
That's an insane... Translating on the run. The dude's in safe houses, like, translating the chapters and mailing them in before he moves to the next safe house.
Someone said Viz translations suck on every series. It makes the dialogue so unbelievable. If you're paying for the subscription, then it's fine to read scans, IMO. I am of the belief that piracy is cool, so you can read the scans anyway. But, like, also, yeah, if you're paying for it like I am, yeah, you just read the scans too, it's fine. I still don't read the scans, even though I pay for it, but... I just read the officials, and then I wait for someone on Twitter to start crying about the translation. That's how I find out.
Yeah, same.
That's how usually it works. Alright, what's after JJK? What do we got?
After JJK, we're finally moving into our top one, so we might have something nice to say.
Okay.
So it looks like the first one is Fabricate 100.
If the manga wasn't about to end in like 13 seconds, this chapter would have been even better.
Yeah, it was a nice turnaround from the worries that we had last time. Again, it's definitely over because you don't take away the main character's only power if you're going to keep the series going. I also like the backstory. I thought that was pretty cool. That, like, you know, he was a shitty warmongering guy. It was like a Nazi or scientist, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it was really cool that I got to watch Oppenheimer without actually having to go see it. That was cool.
Yeah, he was just Oppenheimer. Yeah. And I kind of like the idea that the Fabricants are the people of that village that he like tried to rebuild.
We do have someone in the waiting room real quick. I'm gonna bring him in real quick. It's just some guy. Hello?
Hello, some guy. You're muted.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
I'm a ghost from a time long gone.
Yeah?
I have come here to haunt you because I've heard that you're being very naughty. Both of you.
Is that true?
It's the ghost of Christmas past.
Yes. So I saw that the My Hero segment was like only half an hour long. What the fuck, guys?
You're not living up to the standard.
Yes. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Do you wanna hijack the Fabricant section real quick? You wanna start talking about Iron Mike?
Yeah, actually, so I haven't been reading Jump at all since I died.
Of course.
We don't get Wi-Fi in hell.
Yeah.
So, tell me what's going on with Fabricant.
It's over.
Did you read it up to the point where he got his superpowers?
Define superpowers. I remember he could throw his blood or some shit.
Yeah. Well, he like heals, right? He had like Wolverine healing.
Yeah.
Well, they made up some bullshit about how like the reason that he heals so good is because his body has more cellular regenerations in it than a normal human body, and he's run out of them now because he lit himself on fire. I see. And healing from the fire, he's now run out of it, so he can't heal anymore. So now his body just is like a normal guy.
Yeah.
And Fabricate 100's all pissed off about it because she was like, "Those are my cool body parts. Now I can't do it anymore."
He had powers for like 10 chapters and they went away, so it's over.
Yeah, he had powers for 10 chapters. They immediately went away, and then they were like, "All right."
I mean, I kind of respect it. It's like he teased Shonen Jump with like a really good series and was like, "So sorry. If you're gonna cancel me, here's a taste of something good. Goodbye."
Yeah.
Hope you look forward to another 10 fucking like high school ecchi rom-com bullshit.
It's very sad, man. I really like
It's very sad.
Hey, I mean, actually, this is actually the reason I popped in because I keep listening to you guys whenever I'm editing now.
Yeah.
And I don't remember which one. I just fucking click on things. But in one of the ones you asked about how if series used to get canceled this often in the past, I actually made a fucking study on that for one of my videos.
Yeah, I got yelled at by the Discord for not knowing that.
Yeah, so I'm just here to tell you that it is actually not any worse than it was before. Shonen Jump has always cancelled between 6 and 8 series per year.
Okay.
It's just that we didn't used to know about them.
Right. Yeah.
It just wasn't so readily available. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to cry about Puru Puru Adventure getting cancelled in 1982, yeah, that sucked. That was great.
In my opinion, honestly, they probably should have just canceled My Hero Academia instead of Fabricate 100, but that's just me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Fabricant 100, as I said, I haven't fucking read... I can't read. I haven't fucking read anything in, like, ages, but it cannot be worse. It cannot be in a worse state than fucking Iron Might.
I don't think there's anything in Shonen Jump that's in a worse state than
Iron
Might.
But what if one of Iron Might's special abilities is Slash Takizawa?
What does that mean, Zen?
Like, what if he goes to use one of his armor pieces and just Slash Takizawa comes out and cuts off All for One's head? Peak fiction, actually.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to call Shonen Jump to make sure that you get to write MHA from now on. I mean, honestly, that would genuinely, like, if My Hero just suddenly turned into a gag manga, it would be better.
That's what I was saying before, dude. I would respect it more if someone just came up and doohickied fucking AFO. If you got
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You gotta get him with the thingamajig, yeah, and then that would be great.
Comes out with the rust double barrel shotgun that blows up in his hands after he kills All for One.
All this drama, and then fucking Gunhead turns a corner, sees All for One, says something politically charged, and just kills him.
And for historical accuracy, he needs to kill All for One and get everything he actually wanted, and like all of his goals realized.
Okay, Asa, as the new resident My Hero chieftain,
yeah,
what goals could Gunhead possibly have?
So if you want to take a look at this video that I made, it's about 45 minutes, and it's about the Buddhist themes about the Gunhead and stuff like that.
You can't default to Buddhism whenever you want to make fun of people who are like way too into this shit.
Yes, I can. I can, and I will.
You can.
We're Buddhists. They never did anything wrong. They're just in the crossfire.
I mean, yeah, you can, Asa, because you live like 17 oceans
what if
away from me.
Gunhead is like personally impacted by gun control legislation? Like he can't go out in public if gun control gets too strict. So he has to be very like anti-gun control. He's like an NRA guy.
Oh my god.
Like, they took my fucking hands.
Yeah, like, the reason I have to use martial arts instead of my gun head is because of all you liberals not wanting me to have guns. If I can't use my gun head.
Who's your favorite conservative in MHA besides Koei Horikoshi?
That's a good question. It's definitely not All for One.
Nah, he's not a conservative. He's fucking nothing anymore.
My favorite conservative is probably the guy with the tentacle arms.
Shoji?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the guy who was like,
what the fuck?
I was treated horribly my entire life by a racist, but you know what? You just gotta keep doing that.
Yeah.
You just gotta let them be racist for a while longer.
You gotta keep moving, bro. Oh, you know who's a conservative? Overhaul, dude. Because he misgendered the one trans character in the series.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Back when the series was good.
He misgendered the one trans character in the series after Hori had them obliterated.
Mm-hmm.
She was turned to ash.
No, I think my favorite conservative is All Might. Because he truly embodies like a boomer mindset that I really appreciate, which is never fucking learning from the past.
Learn
how hard.
Yeah. Learn nothing at all.
Hey, you ever think about how cool it is? How like a huge part of early MHA's like thematic weight was about how All Might's power was such a fucking detriment to society overall, because sure, it protected them physically, but it drove Endeavor to madness. It put the entire like hero complex into inertia. Yeah, isn't it cool how all of that is like just a technicality now because the fucking Iron Might machine was broken the entire time?
It wasn't broken. He just was hiding it.
Okay,
Yeah, he was hiding in his
I don't want
basement.
anyone to know unless I can have a really cool reveal.
Ocean
Yeah.
Man, you silly fuck. Have you forgot about the themes, dude?
Oh, dude, please don't do that. I would never forget about the teams.
How dare you forget about the themes of the Iron Man suit, okay?
I promise I didn't.
I just think it's so fucking funny that Bakugo's dying on the floor. Like, I never got to ask you for your autograph, and then he had a robot suit the whole time that could have helped him.
Like, fucking, Baku is having, like, his life flash before his eyes, and he's, like, dreaming of All Might finally acknowledging him. All Might's fucking in a Gundam right now, buddy. He's not thinking about you.
He doesn't give a shit about you, bro.
Like, what do you think? He's thinking about some middle schooler while he's fucking Zeta Gundaming around? Like, come on.
I can't believe Ocean Man would return to spread his liberal propaganda about MHA. How dare you?
I love liberal
How
propaganda.
characters should learn and grow.
I love liberal propaganda. I get to annoy all the conservatives here in hell with it. No, but so like I also listen to you guys talk about JJK.
Mhm.
So Fraud Kuna, how are we feeling about him?
I think it's like objectively really funny.
Yeah,
Is it good
it
for
is.
the series? Probably not. Is it extremely funny? Yes.
First his dad had to come save him, now his mom came and saved him. That's crazy.
He's got his mom and his dad with him, bro.
Across the playground and the lunchroom, I alone am the fraudulent one.
I was gonna say,
he
dude,
got EP last week. It's all. He got a little tired EP. He needed a nap.
couldn't be
Yeah.
all for one, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. All for one doesn't need his mom and dad.
Yeah, All for One just needs his special
Oh.
nighttime shocky milk.
All for-
That, like, brings him, gives him every quirk in the book except when it wouldn't be convenient.
Did one.
All for one, all for one just needs the plot to bend to give him any W's. That's all.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I am very happy to see how well you guys have been doing since I, died in that horrible accident.
I can't believe
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
crazy, man.
The terrible, extremely suspicious car crash with a volume of My Hero Academia left in the burning wreckage. Yeah.
Yeah, my car crash, boating accident, plane crash. It was
Plane
awful.
was absolutely no evidence of the plane being shot down by anything whatsoever.
Hori quickly hiding his rocket launcher.
Trust me, this giant
no.
hole is in the bottom of
The
the plane
Iron
is very
Man suit
consistent.
is real, and
Yeah.
Horikoshi used it to kill you.
No, because ever since then, you know how I fucking read My Hero?
Mhm.
I go on Twitter and I see someone like praise the current chapter. I read the current chapter and I go back on Twitter and I block them.
Very reasonable, very reasonable.
Yeah, or like I mute them if they're like a long time like mutual, because oh my god. Like, all joking aside, I am like in awe every week. Like, what is this man doing? What is this man actually fucking doing?
I don't know. I guess he's dying. I guess is one thing you could say he's doing.
Yeah, like, I don't get it, because it's like there's flailing around trying desperately to finish your story, and then
Yeah.
there's this. Like, it feels different, you know?
Yeah.
This isn't like a death throw of someone who's like really hard, trying really hard to just tie it all up in a neat bow, because he keeps extending the story.
Yeah.
Keeps like finding new ways to make it longer.
Yeah, and I think I've told this to you, is that like the final arc really put into perspective that it feels like we said all this time that he was rushing to the end, but it feels more like he was rushing to the final war itself, because he had all these ideas and things that he wanted to do for like a long time.
Right, but I think what also doesn't help is that these ideas are, they're all happening in this war,
Yeah.
supposedly like semi-simultaneously, and it just leads to funny situations like fucking Bakugo having heart surgery for like the last year,
Yeah.
like just on the floor getting operated on. It's just bizarre. Like, it's kind of a similar issue to what some people were saying about like the overhaul arc back in the day, where like, oh, it's
Yeah.
paced badly because there's too much simultaneous action. And it's really interesting to see that Hori has not improved whatsoever. If anything, he's gotten worse at that.
He's gotten worse at it, but according to the fandom, it's peak, so it's fine.
I'm not gonna say anything that'll get me in trouble.
You're already in trouble.
Yeah,
There's no-
you're here.
can't
You came on
salvage
here.
it.
You came on here to hijack
Yeah.
Fabricate to talk about MHA. They're already probably pissed off.
All right, okay. Give it to me straight. Give it to me hard. Is Fabricant getting cancelled?
I'll give it to you.
Oh,
hard, alright.
Fabricate.
Yeah, yeah.
Fabricate's so gone, man.
Yes,
It's so
it's gone.
gone. Yeah.
Fuck. Why? Who did this?
The editorial team. There weren't enough titties and ass, so it's gotta go.
Where the fuck is Bubba?
Wait, Bubba, where the fuck are you? Zen and I Zen and I were talking a little bit ago about how it seems like the play for the meta of Weekly Shonen Jump currently is to just have the most abhorrent first volume in history, and then do what you actually wanted to do.
Oh,
like use the Coomers to get solidified, and then become good afterward.
So the Undead Unluck.
Yeah, the Undead Unluck strat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Dandadan as well, because people love that shit.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna get in trouble with the Dandadan fandom as well.
Oh,
I will stop myself. I'm a peaceful hermit. I just tend to my little monsters. But yeah, no, I can see that. Like it's weird because for a time it seemed like Coomer manga was on the decline, but it seems like the stocks have risen again.
Yeah, people
which
want to
is kind of
seed.
annoying.
They need to spill seed as bad as possible. They need to
Spill
It's-
speed.
they need to spill seed,
That's
bro.
the worst fucking term I've ever heard in my life.
Oh no! Someone in chat said Dandadan is actually dude. Okay, Dandadan is the definition of a seed spilling manga, bro. I read that first chapter. Oh my god, dude! What the fuck was that?
Okay, if we're doing this, Dandadan is like market researched to like appeal to a very specific type of fan. That's all I will say. You can auto-complete that. But yeah, Dandadan's first few chapters are fucking terrible, and they're so bad, I am not interested in finding out if it gets better.
Yeah, same. I mean, that's how I was with Undead Unluck, and the only reason why I picked it back up is because, well, obviously I'm here, so I picked it back up, and then I was like, okay, here I go, I'm gonna go read through some sexual assault, and then it became my favorite manga in Shonen Jump, unfortunately.
Nah, yeah, that's the thing, because Undead Unluck, you know, the moment it stops with the Coomer shit, it's like good. Dandadan, for all that I read, it just felt like AI generated Fujimoto.
Oh my god, true.
Like you feed the things you train an AI not on Chainsaw Man, but on what people say about Chainsaw Man, and then ask it to replicate that. That's Dandadan. Those are those first few chapters. Which sounds super disrespectful because, you know, you should never call a human-made project AI, so I do take that back. It still sucks. I'm sorry. And yeah, I mean, there's a fucking Nue's Exorcist, which I got to read for like the first 2 or so weeks with Zen, right? God. Like, why can't people just have sex and shut up, right? Like, just move on. It's not that special.
Someone in chat said that Dandadan feels like it was written by someone who just learned about swearing.
Written by all those fan translators, where every other
Oh
word
my
is like,
God.
you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
bitch.
all the really old Bakugo scanlations that were like him dropping fuck every other word.
Zen, I know there's one favorite example for you, which is Vegeta calling Beerus a cocksucker.
Vegeta calling Beerus a cocksucker is the funniest fucking thing on the planet to me. There is no situation that's funnier than Vegeta calling the god of death a fucking cocksucker.
Holy shit.
Especially
awesome.
because he's a cat, so how would he even do that? He can't close his mouth around.
Oh, okay, I see. Zen over here is concerned about the technicality of it.
That's what you're okay.
Anatomically. Also, why is Vegeta homophobic? What's that about?
We are not getting into the anatomy of a cat sucking cock on Shonen Show Live. Can we not do this, please? Good
all
lord.
I'm saying is, if you want me to believe that Vegeta has turned a new leaf, but now you're telling me he's homophobic, I don't know, man.
Okay, look, Zen.
He's okay with Namekians, but not gay people? I don't know, man.
I have seen so much like Dragon Ball Super theory content. I have watched like the most dog shit fucking headcanon theory videos on Dragon Ball. Vegeta being homophobic is like the most reasonable thing I've ever heard. Let's be real here.
Would Vegeta support Trunks if he came out?
He doesn't support him now.
I don't know. He doesn't even really support him right now, does he?
Like, who Trunks fucks has nothing to do with the fact that Vegeta kind of hates him, at least a little bit. No, but fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. My thought is completely overtaken by homophobic Vegeta.
One brain cell and it's stuck on homophobic Vegeta.
Like, that's the thing with Vegeta, right? He's such a fucking conservative core character, isn't he?
He is. He's totally like conservative dad coded in his old age. Because he's all about the daughter and he doesn't give a shit about the son, but he's like weirdly about the daughter. Like, it's too much.
Mm.
Dude, this would make a fire Dragon Ball Theory video.
Where was Vegeta on January 6th?
Dragon Ball What If version, and it's a What If.
I need to know
January
what Vegeta
6th.
thinks about Ronald Reagan right now.
Jesus Christ! He wanted to give Bulma. He wanted to give Bulma a traditional Saiyan name. Someone said in chat, with quotes around traditional.
Oh no, but no, but the thing with series like Dandadan to me is just they feel dishonest, right? Like, they're not horny in a way where I can sort of respect it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just ticking all the boxes to be the new thing everyone's super into because, oh my god, the girl's in her underwear the entire time and they're actually talking about sex? What?
I know. It's so cringe. Like, the first chapter is just like throwing fucking like dicks and tits at you, and it's like, wow, isn't this so fucking funny? Isn't this so cool?
Yeah.
And it's not. It's really not enjoyable.
Don't try to be Denji. You're not him.
You are not #him.
Yeah, literally, you're not Denji. Denji is lightning in a bottle because he's that perfect mix of cringe horny, but the series is very aware of the fact that it's extremely cringe. And it doesn't reward him for it. Or when it does, it immediately turns into like the worst experience ever. Where like when he obsesses over fucking, he obsesses over getting a kiss, and then he gets a kiss and gets fucking vomited on.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't replicate that.
Porn addiction has done irreparable damage to the manga industry.
Yeah.
The Gooner meta.
Yeah, so how's Coomhammer doing?
He's
out of the story now.
Yeah, he's not even relevant anymore. He just became the protagonist's like right-hand man, or he is seriously his right-hand man, and then he doesn't really show up.
And then he vanished. Yeah.
What do you mean he became someone else's right-hand man? He's his own right-hand man. Have you seen that?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Honestly, like, he might as well be throwing punches for him. To be honest with you.
Damn. That's a shame.
To summarize what happened to do Retry, so they got into another fight with some guy that his dad knew, and then he started doping mid-fight, so they shot him to death in the ring.
That was actually peak, okay? This dude shot up like some kind of performance-enhancing drug, and they let him finish the fight, and then after the fight, they were like, he broke the rules, and 2 FBI agents just have a panel of shooting him to death repeatedly on the boxing ring floor. It was so good.
What the fuck? That actually sounds amazing.
And then after,
it was actually good.
And then after the fight, it was clear that it was ending because he just found his father, and now it's this chapter was titled "The Final Fight."
Yeah, the chapter title is literally "The Final Fight," and not only is that the chapter title, but they have a character say in the chapter, "It's time for your final fight."
I see. Okay.
By the way, he's had 3 of them. So why are they acting like
he's not had many?
This is his 3rd fight, and they're like, "This is it."
God, this kid sucks. Just, yeah, this is your final one, kid. All right, just let's get this one over with.
Yeah. Also, they were like, "Yeah, your sister's gonna die, and she wants to be your dad." So the whole thing is about like, "I gotta get money to treat my sister," and they're like, "No, she's gonna fucking die."
Okay, but actually, that's kind of cool. Where it's like, this isn't fucking Shonen land where punching really hard gets you to super medicine. No, your sister has tuberculosis in 1944. She's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, but so you say that, but his dad parted the ocean by punching it.
Yeah.
In the same chapter.
Yeah.
Look, Boys can't even be boys anymore these days. This fucking woke fucking establishment. Back in my day, Moses would go over and just fucking part the sea like it was nothing. Then he'd go home and have dinner that his wife had already prepared for him.
Mhm.
Those were the days.
Mhm.
All right, I've hijacked you enough. I'm so sorry. I didn't want this to be so long. I just wanted to say hi.
This was a great Fabricate section.
It was, yeah. Fabricant peak again. Fabricant's always doing well.
Fabricant, 100 reasons to hate Iron Might.
True.
All right, take care, everyone. All right.
Goodbye, Ocean Man.
See you later, man.
Yeah, see you later. Bye bye.
God, it was really like he was still there. That was crazy.
I know, right? You could really hear his voice almost for
It
a
was
minute.
really like he was still alive. That was nice.
I know.
I really needed that today.
I know. We'll have to stop by the grave later.
Yeah.
Leave some flowers.
Yeah, the carbon monoxide poisoning is really working out in the room right now. Alright, what's after Fabricate? I mean, yeah, it was a good chapter.
Yeah, Fabricate, real good. Next up is Undead Unluck. I'm a sucker for cute endings, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The chapter was fine. It was basically just what I expected to happen, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was what I expected to happen, but I expected what I expected was not a bad thing, so
yeah,
it was fine.
Yeah. I liked it. I had fun with it. Undead Unluck firmly cementing itself as the best cast in Shonen Jump right now.
Yep, it's crazy that it's the best cast and it's huge. Like
Yeah.
it's so big and it's still good. I'm there for it. I'm here for all of this. Undead Unluck was cute.
Yeah, using the time loop to develop all these characters you've had sitting around. It's been really nice.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm about it. The last pic being the little picture, cute. It's cute, man.
Mhm.
It's peak. It's just peak. I can't help it. That's all I have to say about it. Is that it was really
Yeah,
good.
that
I
one-
just kind of I squeed when I read it, and then that was
Yeah,
it. Like,
it's a chapter you don't really got much to talk about. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just it's over and done.
mhm. All right. So then we have
People are gonna see like a 30-minute Fabricate section and then like a 60-second Undead Unluck section.
Blue Box is next. I like when it sometimes actually remembers that they play sports in it. It doesn't happen that often, but I like the logic behind like Taiki only plays people better than him because he wants to get better.
Mhm.
But the end result of that is that he expects that he's going to lose all the time because he's like, and so he needs to change his mentality around to actually playing people who he can beat and realizing that he's good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because right now he has it locked in his head that he's going to lose whoever he plays against. So
I do kind of feel like this is like the third time we've gone over a very similar subject matter with Taiki.
Yeah, but that's because we only get one chapter on it, and then we have to not talk about it for another 6 months.
Yeah. I did like this one though. I also thought a point that could have been mentioned is that I think it was mentioned in the past. Maybe I'm tripping. Playing against the same person over and over and like learning against the same person over and over also can teach you bad habits.
Yeah, because you specifically deal with that person and not
you'll be really good against that one person, but the second that somebody else starts to switch up on you because they're not the same person, it kind of sets you up for failure.
Yep. Yeah, it was good sporting stuff in here. Also, I think it's very cute that they talk on the phone because they can't have the parents know that they're dating in the same house, so they talk on the phone on the other side of the wall.
I'm interested for what the next, I guess, big plot point is.
It's gonna have to be the tournament, right? The nationals tournament.
I'm excited to actually get there because I do feel like we're starting to stagnate a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of. It feels like it resolved them dating, and then it kind of resolved Hina's lingering sadness, and now it's kind of like, what do we do? Where do we go? So I'm hoping that the lean back into the sports keeps things going.
Yeah. I'll be patient with it because Blue Box has been fine.
Yeah, Blue Box has earned my respect. Next up is Martial Master Asmi.
I thought this chapter was quite enjoyable. What about you?
I also thought it was quite good. I like the fight choreography. It looks cool. I like the fight strategy. I like that they talk about it a lot. And a way that makes it feel a little bit less like they're all watching it on a monitor talking about it, you know?
Yeah.
I like when fights are narrated from the viewpoints of the people doing the fighting, you know?
Yeah.
Like when the, I don't remember her name, the wrestler woman was sitting there like, shit, that was like my ender, and she dodged it, and now she's aware of what I'm doing, like that's bad. I like, because it's also conveyed in a point where she's kind of starting to panic, right?
Yeah.
And you can see it in the way that she's talking, is that she's starting to get emotional and get stressed and get like fucked up in her own head.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also like seeing the narration from the point of the other girl, like our main girl, when she's watching her foot move back and forth. And instead of saying like, oh, look, her foot moves back and forth, and every time her foot moves back and forth, she makes it vulnerable for me to kick her in the shin, and then she does it like it's fucking Pokemon. It just kind of lets you look at it and be like, she's looking at her foot move, oh, and then she catches the leg on the way back. Like that, it conveys that information in a way that I really like. I'm a big fan of it.
It's like, oh look, I can actually fill in the blanks because I'm not stupid. I can understand what's happening.
Right, because I can, I'm reading it, right? Like I don't need you to explain to me what I'm reading. I'm reading it. Yeah.
I like it.
I was a big fan.
It taught me that a calf kick will fuck you up pretty bad. I didn't know that. It's not a thing that I was aware of.
Yeah.
That shit will take you out. Especially when you do it more than once. I
like the little explanation too, because obviously like people don't know that much anatomically, but they do it very quickly. It was one panel or like two panels of the guy being like, yeah, if you get hit in this muscle, like you're fucked.
Yeah.
Pretty badly.
I still think that the action of the series is flowing nicely, even throwing in like mind games and exposition. It's still doing well. I think Martial Master really is like the best new manga we have right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's super good. I'm torn between it and Kill Blue. I think I like Kill Blue a little bit more, but I'm also biased. So, there's that. But I think both of them are going to be around for a long time.
At the end of the day, man, it's all bias anyway, right? So who cares? Yeah.
All right.
Someone says, I hope this series survives more than most other titles that got canned. If this gets canned, I will... Never mind, I can't say it on YouTube.
I would be very surprised if this gets canned. I feel like it would have to take a pretty noticeable dip in quality for that to happen.
We'll get the
or
first
people
volume
could
soon.
just have shitty taste. One of the two. Like,
true. We'll get the first volume soon, and we'll find out.
But I think it would have to be...
Apparently...
it would have to take a pretty big dive.
Apparently, the author's previous series wasn't canned, and it ended naturally when it was over 200 chapters. Nice.
I have heard my entire life that Hinamaru got canceled, so I don't know. Maybe.
That's not good.
I don't know. A lot of people who love the shit out of that have been like, I can't believe it got canceled and ended early, so I don't know.
Alright, is the next one Kill Blue?
I was looking up Hinamaru on the app, which it's not on there, so yes, the next one is Kill Blue.
Alright, it's a good chapter.
Really good chapter, yeah. I like that they were kind of playing with the sport guy. They're like giving him a chance to be a shithead. And then they were like, he was like, nah, I'm not like gonna be a shithead.
Every fucking chapter, I'm so grateful that Pacifier Man is gone.
I saw him in the color spread, and I swear I had like a physical reaction. I was like, oh no!
I saw him in the color page, and I was like, should I tell Zen that means he's probably a mainstay? But I decided not to.
I saw him in the color page, and I was like, oh no, he's back.
Dude, Tenma is just so drastically better than him. It's not even funny.
Night and day levels of better than that fucking Pacifier dude. Oh God. But yeah, good chapter. I like the strategy where he like picks up the rock and throws it.
Yeah, that was cool,
so
man.
The guy uses the bomb to propel his gun to him. I don't know how they're gonna handle this fight though, because I don't think they're gonna want children shooting each other to death.
Ogami should just straight up kill him. Let's be honest, dude. He should just.
I think he should kill him. I think he should just fucking shoot him in the face. Because how do you fight with a gun where you don't like shoot a guy? Right? Like, is that what they're gonna do?
He walks up to Norin, blood on his shirt. He's like, "Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
What happened to the other guys? Yeah, we're good. Don't worry about it." It's all good.
Don't worry about it. I do think that setting these guys up is like, oh my god, they're black rank or whatever, which is like the worst rank. I feel like it's a little early
I was gonna
to be
say
fighting the best spies in the world at their highest rank.
I was going to say the exact same thing. It makes the exposition about like the ranking system just feel silly to begin with because we don't need it.
Yeah, because it's unnecessary. Because anyone after this would have to be the same rank to be a threat if these guys are even like a threat. It feels a little weird. It feels a little early for that because if you're going to have a long-running series and everyone has to be as good as the highest-ranked people in the number one organization of hitmen in the world, that's a little much. I also thought the art was really good in this chapter. The art of like the explosions blowing up the stadium from the golf balls looked really good. I'm here for it. I'm all about it. I also like the fucking weirdo villains. I like villains that are fucking weird. I don't like it when they become good guys. So please,
here we go.
Let's not have Frankenstein be a main character like Pacifier Boy. But I like it when villains are fucking weirdos. I'm about it.
I will. Dude, I'm the new series being Kill Blue and Martial Master. We're chilling, man. We're set.
Yeah, I'm confident. Rip Fabricate, but Kill Blue and Martial Master are just built different.
To the person in chat who's asking our thoughts about Black Clover moving to Giga, we actually talked about that last episode, right?
Extensively last episode, yeah, for like 20-25 minutes. But
so,
the Spark Notes is, I think it's good.
Yeah, you can check that out if you want the full explanation. And speaking of other people's comments, is it time? Should we start telling people to get in the live waiting room if they have anything to say?
Yeah, I would say if you want to call in, go ahead and jump in the Discord into the waiting room. Yeah. We'll try to get to everybody. I don't know how long it's going to take. We could have like 2 people, or we could have like a bunch of people. Yeah. We got like almost 100 watching right now, so
yeah.
I can't promise we'll get to everyone if it's a shitload of people, but we'll do our best.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to call in, you can join the Shonen and Chill Discord, and we can drag you in, and you can hopefully say something normal and well-adjusted.
We also, we reserve the right to remove you at any time if you're being a little too weird.
If you're not being normal and well-adjusted, you can be removed at any second.
Yes.
I don't own Discord. Well, I got good news for you. It's free. You can just download it.
You can just get it whenever you want. You just grab that shit anytime.
All right, Zen. Do you wanna pick one of them at random and bring them in?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna pull up that random website, the random.org, and I'm gonna put the numbers in. We got 3 people in there right now.
Yeah.
Number 1 gets to move in. Let's see if I remember how to do that. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, you're on the air, but you're also muted.
Hello, Darthnius. If that is how your name is said. If not, I apologize.
If it's not how your name is said, you really should have something after it like a pronunciation. Yeah. I don't know how else you would pronounce that. Yeah, that's not how your name is said.
You should just make your name substantially longer so that you can explain it. Also, you're still muted, impressively.
There we go. There it is.
Sen, I wanted to ask you, do you still keep up with Trojan X?
Do I still keep up with Trojan X? I try to, and then I forget that it exists. And then every now and again, I get a ping from the Shonen and Chill Discord when a chapter comes out. I'm like, oh shit, Trojan X, and I catch up on like the past 3 or 4.
I really need to read that, man. I really need to read that.
It is good. It is good. Apparently, Ishida's like a weirdo, but I don't know. I don't care that much. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, the UML stuff, right?
Well, every mangaka's a weirdo, but isn't Ishida the guy who was like, he made the Elon Musk picture, and he was like, his Chojin superpower would be freedom. I was like, you're getting a little weird, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a little silly, but compared to some of the amount of sillies that other mangaka do, I will take it.
Yeah, I'll take being like a weird non-reply guy over, the rampant pedophilia.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sorry. Cat just jumped in my lap.
Yeah. Well.
One day we will talk about Shoujin X when I read it.
It will be, Basically, anytime you want to ask the question, hey, why aren't you reading this? Just look at this guy and be like, it's his fault.
This guy sucks, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. Just read Chainsaw Man first.
I will. I was gonna start it this.
Yeah.
I said I was gonna start it this week. I did lie. I did not start it this week. It was too hot still. I didn't feel like doing it.
I said I was gonna start it. I lied.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god, my cat is fucking ruining my life right now. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will start Shonen X, and then we will talk about it at some point.
Okay.
We promise. Eventually it will happen.
Yeah.
All right.
eventually.
All right.
Well,
Thank you for your
the
question.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah.
We got
Good.
1,
Bye.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god, they're lining up, dude.
Yeah, that people lining up. They gotta get in, bro. They gotta get in.
Yeah. Bye.
Later. Read CSM Part 2. I fucking will. Relax. Jesus. God.
Oh man, I was about to roll on a 5, and now we're up to 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 3, which is Games Enlisted. You're on, caller. Mr. Enlisted.
Yo, hello. Am I
Hello.
live?
Hello.
Yeah.
You are live. Hello.
Somehow, I've been listening from work, and I literally just got back from work, so I'm like, sure.
Oh wow.
Well, I'm glad you risked your job for us, Mr. Enlisted.
Walmart is surprisingly, my Walmart is very lenient.
That's good.
Just know that if you get fired watching Shonen and Chill, we will not be donating any proceeds to keep you afloat.
I've been doing it this entire time, so it's all good. Like it's been a very whenever it is come up, that it's like my go-to. Whenever it pops up, it's be like, okay, let me go on. No matter what the opinions I may disagree with or not, I'm like, yeah, it's funny.
When I worked at Walmart, you weren't allowed to have your headphones in until after the store closed.
See, technically, I'm not supposed to have my headphones, and they've constantly told me to. But I think because I'm so good at my job, they're like, whatever.
Valid.
Do your job.
I mean, if you're doing your job, man, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could start some drama, but instead I'm gonna ask something that I'm actually really interested. Have either of you guys read Beat in Motion?
Nope.
I have read a little bit of it. I'm not current with it, but I've read the first couple. I think I read like I have to look. I think it's like 3 or 4 that I've read. 3. I've read 3 of them. I don't think it's that bad. It's just that I forget about stuff, and I forgot it existed. But it is kind of cute. I thought the initial premise was a little bit weird, but I kind of at first I was like, oh, that's dumb. But then when I realized that, like, I guess I didn't realize that I liked it. I just started liking it. Where she's like different when she drinks, so she constantly forgets that she knows this person, because they met when she was shwasted, and when she's shwasted, she like is a bitch and is not nice to him. But I like it being sort of an arty series where, it's the Tenmaku Act Age kind of series where it's about like creating and the passion into creating, but instead of it being about like a loser like the Tenmaku guy who doesn't know anything, but actually he's a genius or whatever, it's like a guy who is burnt out already, right? Like he kind of was a creative for a while and is like very much his youth, and then as he grew up, he kind of got like burnt out on the idea of it. And then he's kind of being inspired by meeting this idol and making like music videos with her to start being a creative again. I need to keep reading it because it has been interesting from what I've read, so I should probably catch back up. But it gets my seal of approval.
Yeah, it's in my, I think probably right now currently top 5 of what I'm reading. But like also, I mean, I really love Tenmaku specifically because it captures that film. I mean, I was that like guy in high school who was like making films and doing all that stuff. So like Tenmaku would like hit that really much. I'm like, oh, I did that. I'm so like it's probably the one that I like most personally attached to. And Beat Motion kind of puts that up like a bit more to 11 of like, yeah, it has a really cool art style. I like the emotional aspect of being all like, oh, you're passionate in one art style, you move on to another that you kind of like, but you're kind of okay with, and then you kind of get your motivation back. Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of finding motivation in something that you're passionate with, and I think it does a really cool job. I also like the story behind it of like, oh, it was a series that won a competition, so it not only got a guaranteed like publication, but also a guaranteed Netflix anime series. So it is getting.
I didn't know that.
Shit,
That's pretty
it did?
cool. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Oh wait, that changes a lot of things actually.
Yeah, which I think will help Beat in Motion because it also kind of hits like a lot of like P6 things for me. because I like a lot of stuff about P6, but I think the biggest thing holding it back was it's about music, and you need to be able to hear it in order to get that emotional aspect. Well, Beat in Motion is half animation, half music, so it's like you can
the
get
artsy angle, especially for the main guy, is also not the musical angle of it. That's like her thing. So yeah,
so
I think you're right that it does it a little bit better.
So you get like a really good anime studio behind that to do a lot of cool like Azakin or Azakin style like visualizing the animation and then get somebody to do a lot of like those cool music. I feel like it has the potential to be like a really like amazing product.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I also need to catch up on the manga because I have never had any reason to stop. It's just when you say, oh, that's good, I'm gonna read that tomorrow, and then you never read it again.
Shit happens.
It's also bi-weekly, so you probably just like forget because it comes out every 2 weeks. So you're just like, and on a Friday, so you don't realize it comes out. Because even I'm like on a Friday, I'm like, oh yeah, it came out. Let me check it out. I think it's only like 12 chapters right now, so it's not that far in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'll just save it for now, so you can get other people to get their opinions in. I'll just say really fast that I am a stern MHA defender, even despite the stuff. But I also don't like Iron Might, so you have that. Even as the sternest thing, I'm like, yeah, I don't
Asa's
really.
finger was hovering over the kick button, bro. You saved yourself at the last second.
Don't worry.
I also love ReZero.
Let's go.
There you go.
There it is.
That's what it's all about, baby. That's what it's all about, baby.
Saving yourself right at the last second. I respect it.
Just like the SpongeBob meme. I like MHA, but also ReZero.
All right, man. Well, thank you for calling in.
Yep.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, we still got 7 in there. Let me re-roll here. Number 3 again. I'm rolling. I'm sorry, number 3 right now. I'm rolling again. I got number 3 again. Is this working? All right, I got number 7 that time. So we're gonna get 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. You are moving into SNC Live. Hello, Sci-Fi Slut. Is that gonna get us?
Not.
Are we gonna get demonetized for your name?
Your name is Sci-Fi. It's fine.
You're live. Welcome to the nightmare.
Yeah, that's an interesting opinion. Never thought about it like that.
Sometimes you have mute on and you get added in and you have that minute in your head where you're like, do I really want to come off of mute and talk to these fucking people? Where you regret your decisions,
I should have realized that because I just heard you complain about it.
It's all good.
But no, I'm here now. But yeah, it's there's definitely been opinions with the magazine being. I mean, this week it's been not amazing, but not terrible. Unless you're My Hero Academia, then you've been terrible.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the tonal shift for the first person that comes in and is like, actually, that shit slams. Because so far, everyone's being very careful.
I mean, it is the story of how we all became the greatest heroes because everybody got an Iron Man suit.
If that isn't what actually... Wait. You're kind of spitting right now. If that is what happened... It's just that everyone's got their own Iron Man suit. And so they're all the greatest heroes.
It's just the Incredibles all over again. Nobody's super because everybody is. Even though everybody was already super, apart from the 20% that we never see that is just Deku and All Might.
I kind of need that to happen, though.
Good lord.
My main takeaway from the My Hero chapter is, like, why didn't everybody just have that acid if you're able to make that acid?
Because, of course, the only way to synthesize that acid is to have 40 years of experience of being a professional hero.
Yeah, you have to be an old fuck for it to work, so...
Yeah, if you're not an old skeleton, then you won't be able to properly utilize the acid.
And I know, I found it just very weird that he's just started laughing like a maniac. Like, I mean, I guess he's trying to get All For One's attention, but it's like he already had it, but it's like, just kind of like, wow, is he... Seems like he's just, like, going after an adrenaline high here. It's kind of weird. But anyway, aside from abyssal fiction. Top 3. God, I don't read much that have a top 3. Undead Unluck, Fab 100. It would be higher if it wasn't so Jova.
Real.
And then, God, what else did I read? JKK wasn't that bad. Sukuna is never beating the allegations.
No.
He's
Schwazed, I'm afraid.
He's trying to get everybody but himself to fight Gojo now. It's like, let's
Yeah.
get the angel. It's like, I don't know, the dog and the bird together. I don't know, this fire extinguisher. Anybody but him is trying to, and the rabbits. You'll use the rabbits. I love Sukuna using the rabbits because it's just like, oh yes, I am the evil king of curses. Have a million Q bunnies. Yeah, Undead Unluck proceeds to be the best in the magazine when JJK is not just punching each other for like 10 chapters. You know, like, it's kind of surprising that a fight in Shonen is kind of like the worst part of it so far. Well, not the worst part of it, but it's not the best part of it.
The slowest part, yeah.
It's dragging. It's dragging for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's even as somebody who did kind of like the domain back and forth, because it's the kind of technical shit I'd think up, and I'm like, oh, God, the curse technique power system in JJK seems like Geji has a whole like spreadsheet of how it works, but then never explained anything about it to us.
What's unfortunate is that this was supposed to be a fight that was like supposed to be a really fucking big deal, especially because of how early on it was first mentioned. And now that we're getting the fight, it's fine, I guess, but it shouldn't be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fight that should not just be okay. You know, that's kind of where the disappointment comes in.
Yeah, like I mean, I just agree with that because we only learned at the beginning of this, like, well, it's not the final fight, but like the biggest fight in the series, that apparently the curse techniques have chants that you can do to make it more powerful, and apparently we only just learned that. So I don't know. That seems weird to learn this late in. But oh well. Yeah, Undead Unluck proceeds to have the best cast, as you've kept saying.
True.
It's who knew that actually giving your cast time makes them better. Like Horikoshi could learn something.
Could have been Yozakura, but unfortunately he spent his time making the cast worse.
Yeah, unfortunately he decided to spend all of his time on 2 4-year-olds, so we're out of luck, I'm afraid.
Well, that's apparently depressingly how it is in
it is what it is.
Proceeds to be good and funny because Fang just trying to jump away and being frozen in midair it was great.
Person in chat who says you can't see the voice chat, did you just join that Discord link that was posted? Because that's not the Discord link where the voice chat is. That's probably why you can't see it. Let me know. I'll help you find it.
Azaratha got another member to his Discord then.
Let's go. Yeah. Dude, almost 800.
Of the secret MHA destruction cabal.
Last thing I'll say is Fab 100 has been great. It gave me real like Fullmetal Alchemist vibes in the beginning. I mean, it still has those, but they didn't go anywhere. So I guess.
Yeah, it's.
And the backstory is I enjoyed it.
It was good. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, like it's kind of Fabricate 100. While it's obviously been like bashed in the head and ending early, it does kind of feel more like a complete story with like they had to like skip. I mean, there's probably a lot more they could have done, and the character arcs would be more fleshed out. But it doesn't feel like it's not like Red Hood was like, oh, the world's ending now, we gotta fix that with all this backstory. It's now like, oh, let's just explore some stuff. And
it could have been worse.
It's
I agree.
Good.
Mm-hmm, definitely could have been worse.
It's ending pretty gracefully and not a nosedive, unlike other series that has Iron Man in it.
Stand down and stand by my proud Fabricate soldiers, okay? As a wise man once said, stand by, okay?
My Fabricate warriors.
My 100s. Anyway,
my 100s. The 100 soldiers.
I'm just going to keep rambling and I've got nothing else to say. So yeah, been great listening, and I mean, we got a ghost captured live. That's
I
some
know.
good
I
shit.
saw the ghost orb go across my screen, and I knew what to do. I had to harness the energy.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
And I appreciate you doing this because it's a nice way to end the week. If the week ends at the weekend for you, unlike some people that ends Friday, I don't know. Weeks are weird. Anyway, there's just a growing list of people. Oh, we can get one smart fired from his job again.
Oh yeah, let's go. Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah.
Oh, poor One Smart. He's doing his best, man.
He's an enjoyable character.
You ain't gotta do him like that. He's doing his best.
He's an enjoyable character.
All right.
I hold no ill will against the man. Anyway, bye.
All right. Looks like we got number 2 is coming in
Oh
next,
my
which is Mr. Devil's Arrow. Mr. Arrow.
Hello, Devil's Arrow. I'm sorry.
Sir Devil.
Hello.
Cat.
Hello.
Jesus.
Am I coming in good?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, people in the chat are asking if they'll get banned by your Nightbot if they post the Discord link. Is that a thing? Do they need to worry about that?
It's not Nightbot. YouTube does it automatically, and I can't stop it.
Oh, then yes, you will. I don't know any way to get it to you though if YouTube does that automatically. Yeah, it's in the description of all of the Shonen and Chill episodes. So if you go to any of the episodes on my channel, which are in the description right now, you can get the Discord link from there.
What's going on, Devil's Arrow? What's going on? What's up?
Well, first, I'd like to say thank you for letting me join the Witches cult.
Of course.
I'm loving ReZero. I
Of
love
course.
both seasons so far. I just give my top 3 real quick for the characters. Subaru is number 1 easily. Like he's just the
It's
best.
natural. It's natural, of course.
Number 2. Number 2 was tough because number 3 is Gar.
Okay.
Because he's just raw. Like the fight. I'm not gonna spoil for anybody who hasn't seen it, but like the fight in season 2 was just crazy. And number 2 was tough because I was thinking between like Amelia and
You should pick Roswell.
I like Roswell, but like I don't know. After learning that I'm missing a lot about his character from the anime, I think I'm gonna put him on hold.
Interesting.
And just when I read the light novels, I think I'm gonna go with like Rem.
Oh, so you're one of those.
Oh, you're
What
one
is
of
that?
One of
those.
those, huh? No,
What
it's fine.
does
Don't worry
that
about
mean?
it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good top 3. Yeah.
I don't know anything about this, so I'm just sitting here like, oh man, they do be speaking right now.
Zen, we gotta get you on it, man.
Yeah, man, I ain't even got time to read the other things I'm supposed to be reading for this.
Just watch the anime like everyone else. It's fine. Do you even watch anime?
Not really. I watched JoJo, Jujutsu Kaisen, Gintama. About it.
It's not a lot. I don't watch
Not
much
a lot.
anime either because I don't feel like it. But you should make an exception for ReZero, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course I should, in your opinion.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's a respectable top 3 for where you're at, Devils. I'm just giving you a hard time. Do you think are you gonna wait for season 3, or are you gonna pick up where you left off?
Do we have a date for season 3?
No. My guess would be this time next year.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna start the light novels. Right now, I'm trying to get into like Sakamoto Days and catch up on Oshinoko, but that's next on my list is to get into light novels.
Well, if you ever need some resources for the light novels, you can go into the ReZero chat in my Discord. We have all the light novels pinned.
Yeah, I think I saved it to my like Google Drive, so
Excellent.
I have already there to read.
Excellent. Okay.
Zen, I did have a question for you. Have you been keeping up with JoJo Lands, and like if so, like do you enjoy it so far? I dropped off of it because I was a bit of a part skipper, and I actually didn't get into 7 and 8 yet.
The
But I just
gas.
wanted to see
Part
what,
skipping.
I wanted to see what was going on with that first. So I read like the first 3 chapters.
I have only read about the first 2 chapters myself, just because.
Okay.
Listen, all right, I'm gonna get comments here. I
Oh.
don't remember stuff very well. So I have to do the work of going through and remembering to go to like manga decks or whatever to find it, it ain't gonna happen, brother. Like I'm doing my best, is what I'm trying to say. So before I saw comments in there earlier, like Zen's memory should be a fucking war crime. I'm doing my best.
I mean, that's fair. You are reading a monthly, chapter.
If the amount of times that I go, oh shit, I didn't upload the fucking episode, is
Yeah.
any indication, I'm doing my best.
Yeah, this week I had to I DM'd Zen and I was like, Zen, you didn't happen to forget again, did you?
Listen, I told you that I was doing. It was all a strategic
Of course.
ARG
Of course.
because I'm cosplaying as All Might and I'm withholding critical information from
Okay.
everybody else.
Fair enough, fair enough. I like it.
I don't want to hold you guys up for too long. The last thing I'll say is, I don't know if you guys talked about it at the beginning, but did you see the teaser for Shibuya?
I
have not.
did.
Shibuya anime?
You haven't watched it? I guess
No.
you're not quite as much of a
I'm not
JJK
Jujutsu
head.
pilled.
Yeah, you're not Jujutsu pilled like the rest
Yeah.
of us. Yeah. That's pretty banger. Pretty banger.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, especially the shot at the end with Sukuna. As Mei's like #1 hater, I am very excited to just watch everyone turn on her, because just like a short like anecdote, when I saw Zero in the theaters and she shows up for that like brief 5 seconds in the fight, I remember like a guy behind me just like going bananas when he saw her. Like she's like, like,
He doesn't know.
and I'm just like, he doesn't know.
He lacks the critical information.
He lacks
I'm just-
critical information.
Yeah, I'm just excited for the heel turn.
Yeah. I can't believe All Might has been holding that information away from him. He needs to know.
The Iron Man suit had the critical info on Mei the whole
Yeah.
time.
He'll get a reality check soon, unfortunately. He'll be on Twitter defending her.
Oh man, unfortunate.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you for your comments and your question, Devil's Arrow. I appreciate the ReZero gas. We need more of that at all times.
No problem. You guys have a good night.
You too, man.
You do the same. Every time we get one done, we get another one in, and we got
Dude.
9 again.
There's so many.
All right, number
you wanna-
9
do you wanna-
wins this time.
Do you want to just like keep going until like maybe 6:30?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right, Mr. This guy, Mr. Despair. So
Hello.
first name Taste of. You're live.
Oh my god, I'm live. How do I look?
I don't know.
Fine, probably. You watch this show, you can only look but so bad, right?
I mean, it's not that bad. Anyways, hello. This is my name, or Tears of Despair, in contrast of Light of Hope, if you guys know. So, my interests were like ReZero. I guess Sonic the Hedgehog, Danganronpa, and that's pretty much it.
You got a lot of ReZero people coming in here, man. Are you doing this just as a ploy to make me read it? Is that what you're trying to do?
I'm gonna be
That
honest
was
with
the plan
you.
the whole time.
I have literally said nothing about Shonen until live in my Discord. They just knew. They just knew.
The people just.
I
Yes,
have like
we're trying to convert you into the
I have said nothing about it.
Okay,
That's
so,
extremely funny.
Alright, so let's see. What do I say? Sorry if I'm not good at saying things or not.
You
Okay, let's
gotta
see.
come up with a question before you come on. You had all that time in that waiting room?
My bad. I was eating, okay?
Fair enough.
See, you could have asked us about that. You could have asked us what we've been eating.
Okay, what food do you? Okay, let's see. What food do you guys have?
Before this, I had some pesto chicken.
Pesto chicken.
sounds good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That sounds really good.
Nice.
I just
Okay,
had
sounds
I
good.
just had chicken tenders, just regular old tendies, as the world.
You're a tendy boy, aren't you?
I say sometimes, you know. I knew I was going to talk about My Hero Academia, so I needed to get in
bust out the
character.
titties.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Okay, let's see. I checked the online chapter. It was fine, except the page when it left. Like when it left, like ha ha ha. I could save the serves the others. I thought, it's not good.
Yeah,
I've
I thought that was a little weird too.
I've seen a lot of people have issues with him being that like deranged.
I know.
Also, how come his eyes turning into a normal eye? Did we even talk about that on this episode? What's going on with that?
Didn't like part of his face mask get blown off or something?
Yeah, but he doesn't have normal eyes. Doesn't he have like fucked up weird sunken eyes?
Oh, but like he's cool now, so.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. Right.
So you should have more
Of course.
tendies, bro. You're not thinking straight, bro. We need to get some more tendies in you.
You're right. You're right.
Okay, so let's see. Hey, Zenrotto, have you seen like the Vinland Saga anime? Because when I watched it, I thought that shit was so good. Mwah. It's like,
Have I seen the anime for what?
Hey.
Sorry, I did not hear you.
Vinland Saga. Have you seen it?
Oh, Vinland
No,
Saga.
I haven't. I've not seen Vinland Saga. I've been meaning to look into it. It's one of those things that I get like blown up on Twitter about all the time. Of like, hey, if you're looking for something, this is the one.
You should.
I've been meaning to, but I have not.
You should watch ReZero and then Vinland Saga after that. Vinland Saga is very
I'm
good.
sensing a theme. I'm sensing a theme.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so God, I don't read much up at all because I'm just like
It's not very good.
dieting. Okay, cool. I don't have to read it. Interesting. Yeah. Hey, you guys are wonderful. You guys did great. So. Oh God! So all the conversations, I'm already ruining it.
Oh
Anyways,
man.
If you guys can go check out. Oh God. Or nervous.
You better be careful. If you say Sonic, I'm disconnecting you from the call. Better choose your next words carefully.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. What do you guys think of Sonic Frontiers? I thought the game's actually pretty.
Alright. Let's get the next one here.
Alright, it looks like the next one up is number 3. I don't know how to. Is it Clivesy? Clivesy?
It's Clivesy.
Oh, shit.
Hello.
Clivesy. Thanks.
Fuck.
No, you guys. All right. Okay.
Nice try.
I just want to preface this by saying I have not read ReZero.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, top
disconnect him?
3 this week. What? No. Please go. I have some very important things to say. Trust me.
Okay.
Sakamoto Days, right? I just want to mention, when they're talking about the assassin exhibit in this latest chapter, and they mention Sei Asaki is going to be attending, the current chairman of the JAA.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember from like the hidden inventory esque flashback arc that we got recently. That's Slur's brother, which I think is interesting. Slur X K. He has like 50 different names.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm just wondering what's up with that, because I think we saw that Uzuki and his brother were sort of at odds with the chairman, which I don't think he was the chairman at the time, or I don't think it was specified. He was like he was threatening like getting rid of everyone at the Alkmaar orphanage. So I'm wondering what's up with that.
That's a good
Also
question.
Nagumo. Oh, sorry. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, I mean, I'm not as much. Apparently, you're more of a Sakamoto lorehead than I am, but that is a question. That is.
Who
I'm
you,
gonna be
who you
honest,
talking to, man? Of course we remember. We remember everything. We've never forgotten shit.
I'm not
I
gonna lie.
was
to you.
kind
Um,
of unsure myself.
Sakamoto and Akane-banashi are the two series that have I kind of have like a black hole of information.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm same with Akane, but like even with Sakamoto Days, like I had to look up the wiki
Mhm.
just to see his name to just make sure that they were brothers, but they are. So I guess that's worth keeping in mind. Also wondering what Nagumo is up to because he seems to have his own agenda
Mhm.
right now. Just reminding me of like Yoshida from Chainsaw Man, like some dubious little creature up to mischief. Yeah. Undead Unluck though. I was wondering, I guess primarily, now that we've sort of recruited Chikara back,
Mhm.
I guess into the Union, there are like what 7, 8 more
Yeah.
negated sort of left to assemble. I guess whose backstory or like a tragedy are you most interested in seeing from this point on?
This is a boring answer. I want to see Rip and the people that all died not die, because then we're actually going to get new characters instead of just kind of remixing the old ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm looking forward to that the most, I think.
Honestly, I might agree with that. That's a good one, yeah.
Honestly, for me, it's got to be Bunny. You know, like the little blue head girl in the bunny suit.
Damn, you invested.
Oh,
What the
yeah.
hell
You
is her deal?
invest.
Like, literally, what is her deal? Why does she talk like that? I need to know.
Bro's invested in the bunny lore. That's crazy.
I'm guessing they're gonna see like Ruin, like the vampire dude, for last.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
just the
almost
vibe I get.
certainly.
But also, just a quick question? Do you guys know about like the whole Abraham Lincoln sort of plot line? Are you aware of that?
The in Undead Unluck?
Yeah.
No.
How like Andy's entire backstory is tied to the assassination of Abe Lincoln. Because the day of his very first memory is also the day that Abe Lincoln got assassinated. And in chapter 1, when he takes out the artifact Remember from his head, you can see a brief sketch of him taking the bullet in Lincoln's place.
What the fuck?
And it was like, what the hell is this? Right? And you get to the backstory in chapter like 37 when Fugo goes like into the book, right? And we see her stand in front of Ford's Theatre with Victor, which is the place where he got his brains blown out. And it's just never expanded upon, but it's clearly referencing that. So I'm like, huh? And it never got expanded upon. And it's just...
I'm flabbergasted. Wait. That's kind of
yeah, no,
I actually am too a little bit. Like, what the fuck?
That's fire, though. Wait.
And I'm just like,
honest Andy.
But then we saw the fully fleshed out backstory with like Victor becoming Andy, and it was just completely unrelated, and it was with Dewey's. And so I'm just wondering, was it retconned? I guess so. I just wanted to put that out there because I don't see many people talking about it, but it baffles me every time I think about it.
That's crazy.
I had no idea. That's insane.
Anyway, I guess finally I want to talk about Blue Box. You were saying like, where do we go from here? And I was thinking, you know, Kyo, dude with the glasses. I feel like there's something like brewing between him and Ayame, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm wondering if is there like anyone else in the series like you ship?
No.
With anyone else? Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't. Just Shiratsu and Taiki. I think they're cute together.
Yeah, all I know for sure is that I'm done with the love triangle stuff. We should move on, and people should just have.
Completely like forgot they were living together somehow. I was reading this latest chapter, and it was only when I got to the panel of them on either side of the wall that I remember, like, oh shit, yeah, they live right next to each other. Why are they on the?
You were like, why is she in his walls?
It's taking the horror angle now.
Yeah, I could go on, but I don't want to keep you guys. I know there's a lot of people waiting, so yeah, cool. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for calling.
Yeah,
in.
man. Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
See ya.
See you, man. We could probably take a couple more, and then I think at 6:30 we should end with one smart, in my opinion.
Okay.
He should be the
that's
finale.
funny because I just rolled one smart on the number list, so now he's got to wait longer. I just rolled his number completely coincidentally, but yeah, we can end on one smart.
Yeah.
I think also in the spirit of getting as many people in as we can, we're gonna have to limit the rest of these to one question each.
Okay.
So make it count, because I want to make sure that we can get as many people as we can.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Number 3. All right, Mr. George,
Hello, George.
you're live.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, how are you? Okay, no, I'll make this count. I'm not gonna ask you guys how you doing.
What if you said, how's it going, guys? And he said good and just kicked you.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, thanks for letting me in.
Yeah, no problem.
My question will be real brief. Since you guys really liked Martial Master Asumi, have either of you read/watched other like martial arts based fighting series like Baki, Kengan Ashura, or like Fist of the North Star, stuff like that? And if you haven't, no, that's the second question. I'm stopping myself. Anyway.
I haven't. Not for any particular reason. It's just that whatever crosses my lap is I just will read it, and that's like it. I'm not usually super into like hyper realistic stuff. I usually like a little bit of fancy fantasy stuff in mine. So I don't seek it out, but
I don't think any of those stuff are like hyper realistic. Bruh, in
well,
Baki,
no, but yeah, I know Baki is like horrible giant
Baki
monstrosity.
characters look like
humans
Titans
doing-
from AOT, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
they
you know what I
also
mean.
have,
Like I like magic
tier.
and fancy universes and stuff.
I mean, in Fist of the North Star, they have basically chi, so that's like magic. And in Baki, somebody stopped an earthquake with a punch, so like I think that's
Well,
pretty magic.
Fist of the North Star
Yeah, I
for
can do
me
that.
is just a convenience thing because I actually do want to, but I'm way too lazy to like find good translations online anymore. Like I'm too old for that shit. I'm busy, man. But I really want to read Fist of the North Star all the way through, but it's just hard for me to find good.
It's
good,
real
like,
pick.
visuals.
It's peak. It's peak.
For me personally, I don't consume much. So that's why I'm not a consumer.
Well, that's good to know. Well, now I'm gonna end my call with just saying that the new batch of episodes for Baki Hanma just came out. It's on Netflix. You guys can, everyone who's listening to it, you can go watch it right now. It's peak. I finished it just before this stream started. It was actual peak fiction. And also in October we're getting a second season of Kengan Ashura. That's it.
Fair enough.
All right, I respect that.
Thanks for letting me in.
Thanks for coming on. Now, I would also
All
like
right,
to say, first and foremost, is that anyone watching should go watch ReZero first, and then go watch those things.
As a proud isekai avoider, I will continue avoiding ReZero. Thank you very much.
Understandable. But you should watch.
All right, let's see here. Next up, we got numero dos, which is gourmet _of_ gluttony. I am not reading your full name every time.
Let's just call him Glut.
Glut.
Yeah, that's what I call him.
Oh shit, I'm live. Oh fuck.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Choose your words.
Of course. Oh shit. Alright, so first of all, I'm here to push the ReZero agenda, just like all the other people in the Asaccord.
True.
Read it. Also going to push the comics agenda. Read Superman comics.
Okay, wait.
I will peer pressure.
Now. I'm with him on that.
Let's go!
Let's go! I should have made this my co-host instead.
If I ask what your favorite Superman comic is, will that waste my one question?
Yes, it will.
Damn. Alright, shit. Okay, I was gonna ask, what other shonen manga were you guys planning to add after Chainsaw Man? That was one of the ones you mentioned. Like,
I know he wants to read Shojin.
Yeah.
I want to add Wild Strawberry, but I have to convince him first to read it. I want to add Wild Strawberry because I really like it, even though it's kind of generic. It hits me in the right spots. But right now, I think the only one that we know confirmed of is Chojin X.
Yes.
Alright. I believe that is my one question. So, read
To answer your
Superman Birthright.
question, I
Goodbye.
To answer your other question, I will not elaborate in any way. It's Superman smashes the Klan. All right, goodbye.
Based.
The next person is going to be. I have no earthly idea how to pronounce that, so I am just going to put you in.
Hello, Pyrolusky.
You just crushed that. Look at you go. Damn. Uh-oh. Well, they're in the chat. It's funny because they're. Oh, there we go. They're off.
Hello.
Hello.
Superman Smashes Clan is the best Superman comic. First
It
of all.
is.
No I want to share my thoughts on someone who hasn't read a manga outside of Chainsaw Man since Hawks Killed Twice in 2019. Listening to every Shonen Chill episode since Asa joined. It's just kind of funny. I just kind of put it on and I'm like, what are they talking about? I was like, that's crazy. Writing manga seems like shit. Stories that push narratives get canned, and stories that tread water over and over do really well.
Yeah.
That's the impression I have received.
We talked about it a little bit. I think it's less that stories that tread water do well as much as it's like, appealing to the base. We'll say. We'll leave it at that. It's the nicest way I can think of saying it. Appealing to the base. And then you have the stories that want to do something unique and different. And the problem with being different is that a lot of people that consume don't want you to be different. It's why Vegeta is the exact same character he was 35 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's why the most recent Dragon Ball movie that everyone's like, this is the best movie ever, was just the Cell games again, exactly like beat for beat. Because people like what they already know. And so when you read something that you already know with a new coat of paint on it, you feel kind of safe, You're like, yeah, all right, I'm gearing up for this. And then when you read something like Time Paradox Ghost Rider, that's like this super abstract concept that you just can't get behind, people just drop it quick, and then it gets crushed in the machine, the shonen machine.
I was gonna say it's amazing Chainsaw Man has done as well as it has, and then I was like, well, it's kind of base at the beginning. So.
It appeals to the base, yeah. It appeals to the base.
Yeah, so
Fujimoto knows the base.
Yeah, he got it down. That's the Undead Unluck.
Fujimoto has just succeeded in convincing us that there's some sort of depth behind his appealing to the base.
Yeah,
because we're like, man, look at this. So
I really like the last chapter. I can't wait for Asa to catch up because I made 1 million Asa is Asa memes.
What the fuck? Dude, there are too many asses in Weekly Shonen Jump right now. It's fucking insane. They're everywhere.
I will read ReZero. It's really good.
True.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right. We only have a couple left. Do you want to power through and let them all ask one question, or do you want to just go to one smart? And it is your stream. I will let you pull the plug whenever you want.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do the rest. No, if anyone joins.
Okay, I know the people that are in there right now, so if anyone tries to sneak in after, they ain't getting in.
They get one.
All right, then I'm just going to start from the top. Hello, Key Smash. How are you? You're live.
I'm not even going to try to say that one.
Yep, that's just going with Key Smash.
I had to mute the stream, but I didn't want to mess that up.
Fair.
All right, welcome. What is your question?
Okay. My question is, should I get back into My Hero? I stopped watching after season 4, and I've been getting spoiler after spoiler after spoiler of things that have been going on, and I just couldn't bother. Because I stopped watching as a teenager, and then the story kept going, and now that I'm an adult and actually have a job, I was like, maybe I should come back.
If you're gonna restart My Hero Academia, you should just read it.
Yes, I agree with that.
The anime sucks.
I agree with that. The first 2 seasons of the anime I actually kind of like, but I completely dropped off the anime after season 2.
Season 2 is very fucking good in terms of adaptation, and the first half of season 3 is very good as well. But there's a certain point where the anime never manages to capture the tone of the manga ever again, and I think it's better off to just read the manga and get Horikoshi's very good art. And the question about whether if it's worth it or not, it's kind of hard to answer. Obviously, for me, I would say no because it sucks, but maybe you'll like it. Who knows?
Yeah,
because I remember seeing your video, like you showed about speaking about visual cues, and not to tell a story from the main story. I was just like thinking, I don't know, because I haven't watched the anime in a very long time, so I don't know if I want to get into it.
Yeah, man. If you want to give it a shot, you can. I would recommend the manga over the anime, though.
Cosign. Definitely manga over the anime.
All right, have a good day.
You too, man.
All right, thank you for calling in. Next up, we got OSA's? OSHA violation?
Ocean is?
Ocean Man's back again?
Ocean Man?
Hey. I can hear his voice again. All right, you're live.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I can never be the GOAT Ocean Man, but my one question,
Nobody can be.
is, what the hell is Aries' role in My Hero Academia anymore? What's that purpose?
Aries' role is to have existed before so that AFO can rewind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought what was gonna happen is All Might's gonna rewind with Aries, but I guess that didn't happen.
God, Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah, that's rubbish.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Aries has a role anymore.
Aries is just gonna stand around until the epilogue, until the series just sort of ends. And then that'll be it. And then maybe the last panel will be her and all the other kids that Deku has saved going to UA, and then that's it.
Probably. Yeah, she's gonna be like symbolic of the next generation or whatever.
The next generation, mind you.
Yeah. And then we're gonna get by Biro Bacademia.
True. Like, Aries like so OP that I don't even know if she becomes like an adult. She's just gonna be All Might but ultra strong. I don't really know, like, how the story's gonna function. In the
Yeah,
future.
I don't think that the story is gonna function around her anymore. I think that she represents too many issues that I think they're just not even gonna bring her up. They're just gonna kind of be like, oh, Aries in the epilogue, and that's the next time we'll see her.
She's not even present in the story. Doesn't function. So I mean, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we didn't even get to see her restore Mirio. He just came back.
Yeah, it was off screen.
Like,
it was off screen and then flashbacked, and then that was also off screen.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see her ever again. It ain't happening.
Yeah, I guess I don't really know what to look forward to My Hero anymore. I just want Deku Shigaraki, and that's it.
It ending.
That'd be fun.
That's something to look forward to.
You should look forward to my Act 3 retrospective dropping when the manga ends. That'll be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Probably in the next...
The best content to come out of that arc, for sure.
True.
Alright, that's it. And hopefully catch up with the Chainsaw Man, and also Undead Unluck is big.
True. It is very good. Thank you for calling.
Alright, two more to go.
Our penultimate.
All right, Civ. You're going before one smart, so you gotta make it count. You got a big weight on your shoulders right now.
Hey man, hey. Nice to talk to you guys.
How you doing, man?
Thank you for calling in.
Hey, I just wanted to ask whether you guys would add, more Jump Plus manga into the show, like Marriage Toxin or Skeleton Double. That would be cool.
The main reason that we don't right now is that they're not on the app. They're online only, and I'm lazy as shit. I'm not opposed to it. But my co-host, I pretty much have to hold at gunpoint to get any series read. I have to threaten his family. So, it's not impossible, but probably not for a while.
I got one more. I'm just gonna sneak another one in.
All right,
should I read ReZero, Asa? I mean, I have novel 16 to 19 in physical at my desk. I'm too lazy.
I don't talk about it very often, but I am actually quite a big fan of the series.
That's the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, I would very much recommend that you should read it, especially if you already have it physically.
Yeah, I just have it physically. I just like collecting it. So
I would note that I believe Volume 18 has a horrendous mistranslation, and
oh really? Okay.
If you do read it, you should probably look at the mistranslation document.
All right, cool. Nice talking to you guys. I've been watching since like episode 20. So when Ocean Man was on the podcast, so.
Oh man! Well, thank you for watching first. How you've lasted this long, I have no idea.
Man,
I appreciate it.
I honestly, when you guys read that one manga that had that kid and the girl, that was the one that kept
every
me going.
manga.
It's all of them,
yeah. I don't even remember the name.
Wait, are you talking about
it was that one robot that kept.
Yeah, the Slash Takizawa one.
Yes,
that's the only character I remember from that. What was it called?
That's what
Shugamaru.
Going,
it was called Protect Me Shugamaru.
Yes, that's what kept me going.
But Slash Takizawa was worth it.
Oh, for real. Yeah, nice talking to you guys.
Yeah,
nice talking to you too.
The final boss.
The final boss. Let's make it happen. Hello, person I've never heard of before. You're now
Who's this guy?
live.
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
Nice. Okay. Did anyone ask already if you're caught up on Bleach, watching the anime?
I have not caught up on Thousand Year Blood War anime yet. I'm just gonna wait for it all to come out and then just binge it all at one time.
Oh, all right.
I've read the manga for Thousand Year Blood War, but I haven't caught up on the anime yet.
Okay. So, have y'all seen the designs for the Boruto time skip?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've actually read the chapter, even.
Oh, what do you think?
It was okay. It was Boruto's entrance was cool. I don't like him as a character. I find him weird, but I thought the entrance was cool.
What's weird about Boruto?
Well, first of all, you're a kid named Boruto. Your father's name is Naruto. Like, come on, give him some different name. That alone weirds me out. I find the reason I dislike Boruto is I find like Naruto's plucky underdogness at the beginning to be very like endearing, and like he acts out because he's a shitty lonely kid. And then I find them like trying to make it that Boruto does the same because Naruto is like an absent father feel really weird. I don't know. It doesn't mesh with me that Naruto would be an absent dad that could have just let the shadow clone do the paperwork instead of making the shadow clone go to the birthday party instead. Like, just make Shikamaru do the paperwork for one day. Apparently, he did so much that the minute Naruto went missing, they just made him Hokage anyway. So apparently, he could have done it anyway. But it was not a. I'm more interested in Boruto after the time skip than I was before it, even though I don't particularly like the art. That's the biggest thing I hate about Boruto is I do not like Ikamoto's art.
He's improved quite a bit. Like,
I think the character designs are just weird, man. They look weird. They look like I don't know how to describe it. You know the look that you get when you look at like a baby doll, and you're like, that's fucking weird looking. That's the same vibe I get when I look at a Boruto character.
Yeah, he does do some designs inspired like by K-pop. Like people have shown like the poses of like the artists and such.
I don't know, but like I look at some of these characters, like who's the girl with the power to like warp reality or whatever, the one that caused all the problems.
Ada.
Yeah, I feel like if I looked at her and she was drawn by Araki, I would like her. But something about Ikemoto's art just does not hit for me. You know, I don't know what it is. Like everyone looks just kind of off and like flat compared to like what I expect from Kishimoto. I don't know. Maybe I would like it also more if it wasn't a Naruto sequel, like so I wasn't expecting like Kishimoto level art. I didn't have that expectation going in. Maybe I would like it more. I don't know, but
I mean, you could try the anime. Like they have like animated like some of the code arc, which has Ada in it, her introduction.
Bro, I don't watch the anime for shit I love. I ain't watching Boruto's anime. I don't know what to tell you.
Goodness.
I am way too lazy to sit in front of a TV and have to read the whole time.
Yeah. Well, with Black Clover going to Giga, the show does have time to catch up to Black Clover.
Oh man, this is what it was all about, wasn't it? This is what it was all about.
Curious.
Like
I'm
Black
not
Clover is like
entirely
on
opposed
Giga,
to.
and like Boruto is monthly. There's like enough time to catch up from both of them.
I actually was going to ask if we should add Boruto now that we can just start fresh at this first chapter of the new thing, because I think it would be funny. But I don't think it would have the positive reception that you think it would. And I'm not actually opposed to reading Black Clover. I just kind of got bored with it. I would not mind going back to it if we ever decided to do that. But again, I have to drag Asa kicking and screaming through the ones that we've already got.
Man. You just dropped fucking Boruto and Black Clover on me all at once.
Yes, because they're amazing. I dropped you Peak.
Interesting. Peak that I dropped at chapter 80. Gagged him. Maybe one day. I don't know.
Got him.
Well, I'm trying to remember what happened in chapter 80 that would cause you to do that.
Nothing particular. It was just meh, so I didn't want to go back to it.
Yeah.
Also, now that if it's in Jump Giga and therefore it's not getting put on the app anymore, that means I'm gonna have to look it up online, which I'm not gonna do because we've already covered that I don't do things. If it requires any effort out of me at all, I don't do it.
I think it should be on the app. Hopefully, it doesn't have a date on there yet, but like I hope.
Dude, I haven't watched Naruto since I was like a literal child and it was airing on Adult Swim.
Oh, there's gonna be 4 new episodes in September.
Like, I don't ask me things that happened in Naruto. I couldn't tell you anymore. I watched that shit when it was airing. Was it on Cartoon Network at some point? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched that shit when I was a kid, man. Like, I don't remember what's going on anymore. I watched
Naruto's
Shippuden
good.
when I was a kid too. I was gonna watch it again with my girlfriend. Then we didn't. So that's how that happened. That's how that went down.
Then we did not.
We watched like we watched like 2 episodes of the Ocean Cut, and then that was about it. Zenrotto says that it will be on the app, by the way.
Oh, we'll be on the app. Oh, hey, Wardo. Hey, I'm glad to see you back in here. I know
Nice.
you were dealing with some stuff for a while, so it's nice to see you, brother.
Okay, I'll also ask you about Witch Watch.
Witch Watch? What? Witch Watch? Why? What do you need to ask about Witch Watch?
Like,
I ain't watching. That's what I gotta say about Witch Watch.
if it would come back to the show at any point or time.
No, Witch Watch is boring as fuck, bro. I don't
No,
know
it's
what to tell you.
good.
Dog, Witch Watch is cute for like 3 weeks, and then they drop like a shitload of mid. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
It's all built up to this kind of arc. You would love it, I promise.
It's all built up to this current arc. How many chapters are we right now? How many chapters of Witch Watch are there? Hang on, I'm gonna look it up right now. There's 122 chapters. There's 122 chapters. I stopped at chapter 79, which was October of 2022. I've been out of the game for a year. I have to read a year of mid to get to this current arc. I'm not doing it.
But it's all good, I promise.
You're wrong.
Trust me.
I know you're wrong. I don't believe you.
You can believe me.
I don't believe you.
Would I lead you wrong? Would I ever?
Enthusiastically, yes. I am not reading with it. I would much rather read Boruto and Black Clover before I put Witch Watch back on the show.
That's real hate. That's real hating. I like that. I respect that shit.
Well, no, that's the thing is Boruto and Black Clover, even if I end up hating them, I can make a segment funny about how much I don't like them. Witch Watch is the most stale, saltine cracker, nothing series that I can't even like make fun of it because it's like not. There's nothing there.
That's tough. I didn't. I skimmed through the timestamps of Shonen and Chill episodes to see what I had to read, and Witch Watch wasn't on there, so I didn't read a single chapter of it.
You saved yourself. You saved yourself.
So
you would have liked that.
Would I?
Yeah, I think so.
If I dropped Black Clover at chapter 80, would I really have liked it?
I mean, like Witch Watch is much slower than like Black Clover, but it's like more comedy, like a thing.
Oh, that's never funny to me. Oh my god, anime comedy is never funny.
But it's like, how do I explain it? Like, it's like monsters sharing a house. It's like it's fun.
Interesting.
It doesn't even sound that fun on paper, but then in practice it's even less fun. There is nothing there, man. Like, it's not as bad as like, you know, Nue's Exorcist comedy where it's like her skirt flew up or whatever. It's not like that. But it's not good either. So I don't know what to say. I don't want to read that shit anymore.
Thank
that
you.
and Elusive Samurai. Neither of those will ever make a return.
You can get 374.
Waiting for it to do a backflip or something.
Give me one moment.
Interesting. Man. Because like if we read Boruto, I'm gonna have to go through all of Naruto too. Oh my god. Zen, what have you done?
No.
You want me to
If
just
we
start?
read Boruto, we're just starting from chapter 1 of the new thing. Just flat.
Chapter 1 of the time skip?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Absolutely.
Okay. Interesting.
First of all, I would never make you read 700 fucking chapters of Naruto. That would be.
Even
though I think Naruto is good, and I think you should read it because it's good.
Someone said Sailor saying Chinese working again.
Be at work right now.
Bro.
Brother, is that why he said hang on? Did he just get pulled into the back by his supervisor?
No way, man. Holy shit. That's crazy.
Oh my god, the agenda is relentless. The dude's gonna get fired for the agenda. He already lost his job for this once. Now he's gonna lose
That's
another one.
I've heard about that. Yeah, I've heard that happen.
Yeah.
It's not an SNC live without OS losing his job. Bro, Boruto is so easy to read. I skimmed through that shit. Same with Shippuden. You don't have to read all the dialogue. There's pretty nice lines. You know, I just don't. I can skim through the manga if I just don't read it. That's true. That's true.
Well, the thing with Boruto, at least, is like with Naruto, when you skim through it, you're like, oh, this is really pretty. With Boruto, you're like, oh, look at this looks like shit. So I don't know. Even skimming it, you're like, wow, this is awful. So I don't know. But I would be totally down to just add Boruto from the time skip with no context given.
I'm gonna be running off.
I'm vaguely aware of what happened. I'm vaguely aware that like, Naruto's got sealed or something.
I'm gonna be running off like 15-year-old information from Naruto that I watched on Cartoon Network at like 8 in the morning before school. Like 7 in the morning before school.
That's more than Boruto deserves, to be honest.
Oh no. Aliens made ninja magic? What?
Yeah, you didn't remember that? Yeah, the ninja chakra is from an alien fruit.
Is that a thing that happened in Naruto?
Yeah, it's the finale of Naruto.
Really?
Yeah, it's real.
Damn, that's weird.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's fucking silly. That's some silly shit right there. I remember I watched some of Shippuden. I don't remember how much. I don't think I got that far in it.
Naruto's good. You should probably know about Naruto. Don't listen to Zenrotto saying Naruto is bad. I don't know what to tell you, brother.
I know
Naruto's
of Naruto.
good.
I know that he exists. But apparently he's gone now.
Yeah, he got sealed in like a big old rice cooker or something. I don't remember.
He got Gojo'd?
Matsuroshi. He got Gojo'd. Yeah, he got Gojo'd.
Is he gonna have a better freeing from the box than Gojo?
Probably not. To be honest, given the Boruto track record, probably not.
Has the actual show started yet? This is the end of the show, bro.
The show's over, brother. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna give one sport a couple more minutes to see if he's being escorted off the premises by security. Someone in the chat, which TV shows have you seen? Like ever? Or just
like in your life?
Yeah, just since I was born, or what? What specifically?
Gluttony asks,
Do you recommend Bleach or Naruto more? I like them both a lot. I like Bleach more. I'm a big Bleach guy, but I think most people would probably prefer Naruto. So it's up to you, really. Both are good.
I have never watched Bleach, and I, as I said, watched Naruto when I was 5. So.
Thank you, Ozzy in the chat. Bleach is better, but when I was a kid and teen, God, that's 18 years of time.
Yeah, you're old as shit, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm an old man. I don't know, like SpongeBob was good.
Oh, that's fire.
That's the goat shit right there. The Teen Titans, I watched that. I watched Batman and Batman Beyond. The Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't know what was on Ed, and Eddie. Like what was on Cartoon Network when I was a kid? Whatever was on. I was a kid. I didn't have any control over it.
When I was a kid, I watched.
Oh, Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was my shit.
Oh yeah,
that
Courage
show bangs, dude.
Courage
goes hard.
SpongeBob. Before school, I would watch Malcolm in the Middle. Did you ever watch that?
I didn't watch too much live action stuff when I was a kid.
Oh, I watched a bunch of it, man.
I watched like mostly cartoons.
That's fair. That's fair. Thoughts on Oppenheimer? I haven't seen it, but I've read Fabricate 100, so like I get the gist. It's pretty good. Yeah, I watched Dexter's, Teen Titans.
Yeah, Dexter's Lab bangs as well.
I think Adventure Time might have been just a little bit after my time, unfortunately.
Yeah, Adventure Time was a little late for me. Same with like Regular Show. That was a little past my era.
Oh yeah, Ned's Survival Guide. Yeah, I watched that shit.
Oh yeah, okay, I did watch that. That was one of the live action ones I watched. Yeah, Ned's School Survival Guide. I watched that. I watched like all of the cartoon shows. You know that whole like Dexter, Powerpuff Girls, Ed and Eddie, all that stuff.
Dude, Ed and Eddie was fire.
Ed and Eddie was good. Yeah, I watched like Cow and Chicken. I didn't watch as much Nickelodeon stuff. I watched like SpongeBob, obviously.
Yeah, that's
like Avatar.
Yeah, I watched Avatar too.
What else? I watched like this one show that I don't think anyone remembers. It's called The Angry Beavers. Watched that when I was a kid. It was a Nickelodeon thing.
I don't remember that.
It was old, but it was good.
Okay,
Actually, it was probably shit. I was like 6, but I thought it was good when I was 6.
Welcome back once more. Are you on unemployment now?
Yeah, I'm ready at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't get to hear the new Exorcist section because I finished reading the chapters a little later. So what do y'all think about the shadow absorption power?
Oh, we loved it. This was a great chapter. We put it out. It was in Zen's top 3, I think.
Yeah, it was actually my best chapter of the year.
Yeah.
No, it's an interesting power. I like the way it was depicted visually, at least, with like everything becoming really bright. I thought that was cool. I think it's funny that he's better at his shower powers than Megami is already. Otherwise, I don't know. It's fine. He's an anime boy. He can do a Getsuga Tensho. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty good. So I missed a bit of what y'all talking about. So what were y'all talking about?
We got asked what cartoons we watched as children. So.
Oh. So I watched a lot of Ben 10, Avatar, Steven Universe, and Adventure Time.
Oh, he's young. I see.
Yeah, this is a young man. That explains why he likes Boruto so much. This is a young man. He didn't grow up in the era of stuff being better.
Bro, you want real peak fiction once more? You gotta go watch Ed and Eddie. Okay, that shit is kino.
Yeah, I watched
That's
Ed and
true.
Eddie.
Yeah,
I
bro.
watched Ed and Eddie, but like I was like, I watched.
You go rewatch Courage the Cowardly Dog, and you'll be starting to comment at the bottom of every Shonen Chill episode. Courage episode 1 was peak this week.
Like, I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, but it's not better than Ben 10. I would say that. Like,
I hate to break it to you how wrong you are. Courage the Cowardly Dog is peak. There's nothing better, unfortunately.
Except for Zero.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows Avatar: The Last Airbender is the best. Like,
yeah, Avatar is a solid like second place probably.
No, it is like the best. Like, there is no other like additive or title. No best cartoon. No best show. It is the best.
Yeah, if with this asterisk that is if you discount Courage the Cowardly Dog from the discussion. Then yeah.
Billy and Mandy. I forgot about that show. Billy and Mandy was good.
Billy and Mandy's good. Yeah, Billy and Mandy was good.
Yeah.
That show went hard.
Kids
Next Door. Kids Next Door is pretty good.
That crossover was amazing.
Fairly Odd Parents was okay. It got bad.
Yeah.
But that reminds me of Danny Phantom, which fucked. Danny Phantom was super good.
I love that show when I was a kid. That
yeah,
power
Danny
was so
Phantom
cool.
went hard. Yeah. What else? What else was there?
Generator Rex was pretty good.
I did not watch that. I knew of it, but I did not watch it.
Okay, did you watch The Secret Saturdays?
I don't know.
Did not. Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Oh, okay.
New shows like Owl House or Amphibia? No. I'm 25.
I don't watch new shows.
I haven't seen
I don't watch new
Owl House and Amphibia are amazing.
I
watch those.
Shit, dude. I don't watch that.
I'm always watching cartoons. Like, have you heard of like The Ghost and Molly McGee?
No.
I have no idea what that even is.
I don't got cable, bro.
I don't either, actually.
I don't got a TV even.
I have TVs. I just don't have cable.
I've not seen Gravity Falls. If you name a show that came out after like 2012, I probably haven't seen it.
So like regular shows, Steven Universe, like
no.
What?
I watched a couple episodes of regular show. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I know regular show through like internet memes. That's about it.
Yeah, these shows are after our time, man. Zen and I are
Yeah.
gonna die soon. We're expired.
Yeah, we're on our last legs, man. We're gonna be joining the great oceans
and what
of the
I
sky
watch
soon.
and what the kids are watching. I'm watching everything.
Wait, Breaking Bad didn't come out after 2012. Breaking Bad came out before that. But yes, I have watched Breaking Bad.
Yes, I also have watched Breaking
I've
Bad.
also watched
Better Call Saul.
Both peak.
I've not
Absolutely.
watched Breaking Bad, but like people put it in the same boat near Avatar, so I guess it could be fine.
What a fucking who's like, yeah, what are your two favorite shows? Oh, yeah, well, it's got to be down between Breaking Bad and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like that's what a comparison.
If Asa is 25, he's saying he grew out of cartoons at 12 or 13. Yeah.
I
Is
think
that
that's
weird?
probably pretty reasonable.
That's
Oh,
why-
you know what I watched a shit ton of as a kid was fucking Pokemon. I don't know how I forgot about
I
that.
never
Everybody
really
watched that as a
watched
kid.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
fuck, you're weird, man. You're a weird guy.
Yeah.
Really?
I was busy.
Everybody
playing,
watched
I,
Pokemon.
I was busy playing World of Warcraft when I was a kid, bro.
Oh, okay. So that explains so much right
I
now.
was cracked out of my fucking mind, bro. It was nuts.
Lost 3 years of your childhood.
3.
Fucking...
If only it
Have
was
you watched
3.
like is it have you watched Bakugan?
No.
No, I haven't. I knew they existed, but I haven't. Those kinds of like collectible shows. I watched Pokemon, a little bit of
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Digimon, and Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid.
I watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh!
And
7
I watched one season of Beyblade as well. I did watch Beyblade
Beyblade is
when I was a
so good. I love Beyblade.
I couldn't tell you anything about it other than they spin the tops and little monsters come out the top of them. That's all I got. But
Moses split the sea with a Beyblade.
Excuse me?
Moses split the sea with a Beyblade. It is canonical lore that he did that.
well, he should have just punched it like do Retry's dad. So really, it was not even that impressive.
Like Beyblades are made from stars that come from the heavens.
The Walking Dead knows how to make hateable villains. The Walking Dead also knows how to make a bad show. So that's
Yeah, The Walking Dead knows how to make a hateable program.
Yeah.
So that's good for them, I guess. I hear the comics are better than the
They are.
show, but I haven't read the comics either.
There are some things that I think the comics or the show does better than the comics, but they are few and far between, unfortunately.
The only Walking Dead media I engaged in was the first season of the Telltale game.
That was gas.
I just
dude.
watched.
It was
I just
total
watched it
gas,
play
dude.
Telltale
So yeah.
I miss when Telltale was at their peak. You ever play The Wolf Among Us?
Yes, I did. Also good.
That was a very good game. And it's a
I hear
shame
the
that-
Batman one sucks.
I've heard
Unfortunately,
that as well. The Wolf Among Us 2 is coming out, by the way, at some point.
Is it? I might have to check that out. I like the Wolf Among Us. I like the premise of it being
Yeah.
like noir
really-
fairy tales.
I really enjoyed that. The Walking Dead show was good until it wasn't, and I have no clue when that happened. A lot of times. It happened in season 2, and then season 3 was okay.
Yeah, I feel like it happened every couple episodes.
And then season 4
That
was
you were
good.
like, you know the meme that we constantly talk about, the graph of the it's so Jover, we're back. Yeah, that was like every episode of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. I would say Walking Dead seasons 4, 5, most of 6 are like the only really good seasons, and then everything after that either is okay or it's ass. I watched an unfortunate amount of Walking Dead.
Oh, you liked the Batman Telltale game? Maybe I'll look into it. I like Batman media in general, but I heard the game was terrible, so I didn't touch it. But if
It starts out well, the Batman Telltale game. But I don't remember the ending.
Zen, did you ever play the other Walking Dead game seasons? Oh no, you said you only played season 1, right?
I only played season 1. I know about season 2, like I'm aware of some of the stuff that happens in it, but I never played it myself.
I played season 2 when it came out. I was so hyped. That shit was not very good.
Was it bad? It sucks. Season 1 was so peak. I might play season 1 again. That shit
Dude,
fucks,
it's
dude.
so good. Gus or Negan? Gus, what the fuck? Yeah. All right. Should we start wrapping this up?
I think we probably should. We said 6:30. It's 7:02.
We got a little silly.
We did get a little silly in there, but that's okay. That's Shonen and Chill's way, really.
All right, guys. Thanks
I'll
everyone
see
for
ya.
coming out. It's been fun. A lot of people tuned in for the MHA section. The viewership peaked at the MHA section.
Shocking. Who could have guessed?
People love it when we hate. It's crazy.
That's what they're here for, really. It's the hating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The show is called Silly and Chill. It's true.
Yeah. See, they people come in and they're like, "Man, why don't you ever say anything nice?" But then we say something bad, and everyone's like, "Yes." Yes. Waiting at their keyboards like gremlins to type up a think piece about why we said the mean thing we said.
Can't wait for Zen to put this out next Saturday.
I assume we're just gonna leave it on yours, but we can make like a. If we're gonna start doing these again, we should probably make like a playlist that we can just
Yeah, I
add
can
this
do
one
that.
into, so they can all be found in one place.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I do have a very urgent question from chat I would like you to answer.
Okay.
Have you ever played Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes, I have.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
I
Yeah.
actually do think Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is a good game.
I do. I actually really like the first one. I think it's very creative and interesting, and not good enough to have spawned everything that it's spawned.
Let's ignore what came after, but I do think one was.
Yes, but in a vacuum, the original Five Nights at Freddy's is pretty good.
We should eventually have Superman and Chill. All right, I'm wrapping this up. Wrap it up. Let's get out.
Superman and Chill.
Let's get this out. All right, we're done.
Listen, if I need you to have Superman smashes the Klan on my desk by Friday for next week's show.
Yeah, all right. Thanks everyone for coming out. Make sure you check out. I have Zenrotto's link in the description below, so you can check out more episodes of Shonen and Chill, because there are a lot of my channel originals. Just in case you guys haven't checked out the podcast already. Every Sunday, haha, smile. And
listen.
Thanks for coming, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead